We on it. Synchronize us, Audie. Synchronize us, man. Let's get this shit going.
Clap one time.
Get this shit going. That boy moved the mic. All right.
You need to do all that. He tried to make that dramatic,
Right.
for real.
I thought this nigga was an R&B singer for a second. I thought he was about to start hitting some tunes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Listen, we ready to start this pod? Last pod of the year.
Take
Last
two.
pod of the year.
Take two of this pod for
Take
real.
3.
Mm-hmm.
Technically.
You ain't lying. Welcome, everybody, to the last podcast of 2024 of the Rap Cave. I'm Chris Platte, a.k.a. Platte Pods. I'm with my dogs, with my brothers, with my family. We got the whole original crew in the building. Birdie. Like checking his bets over here. I don't know why you checking losses. Money Mer.
Oh yeah, we'll see about that.
Money Mer.
Podi. Crisp Apples.
Yes, sir.
Again, I am Platte Pods. I'm happy. I'm happy for this man.
Yes.
I'm happy.
Hey, no, that fits.
I'm happy.
So
I like that.
He was looking for
I like that.
No, actually, I had a colder nickname than that. I had a colder.
Shit.
All right, man.
All right, Adi.
Yeah.
What was you thinking though? I like Platte Pods.
I'd see if I say it on air, it's just like, all right. Here's what it was gonna be.
Yeah, you've been talking about this shit all year.
Cause you heard a lot of talk about podcasts is a game, and I've been podcasting. You can check the receipts. I've been podcasting for over a decade. So like, there are some people that call themselves like Joe Budden calls himself the Podfather. Bill Simmons calls himself the Podfather, but like, I'm the Don of this shit. I've been around. I'm the Pod Don in this bitch.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Now, when did you expect that to catch on outside of the
pod?
I just expected one. I expected
you
one.
expected one of us to say it.
Yeah, I expected one of y'all to be like, "Yo." I expected one of y'all to be like, "Yo, bro, like you've been in this shit for a minute, dog. Like you've been hustling like all these other motherfuckers. Yeah, they got their bag, but you know what? You've been true to this. You've been doing this. You know what? You like a Don in this shit." And I'd have been like, "Oh, word, yeah."
And how was it set up for pod now I'm supposed to have? And that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That was it. Y'all was just
He was
supposed to recognize
expecting that to happen naturally.
Yeah, I was just expecting naturally that y'all was gonna
trying to figure out where
that
the
y'all was
pod
gonna be like,
slides in. Like,
yeah.
do the person you talking to just say it, or do you just throw it in the air?
No, it
after
had
you
to be
say
perfect. Someone
No.
said it, and then everyone would
yeah.
have to be like, you know what? That's got to be the
that?
name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it had to be. It had to be like somebody threw that out there, and I'd have been like, you know what? Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but yeah, I like that. And then everybody else would have been like, yeah, that fits, dog, because you've like really been in this shit. You've been doing that shit.
That's about as.
It's all right, man. Platte Pods, we with it.
That happening is about as likely as Adi hitting one bet this year.
Dabo.
No, listen, hey, Platte Pod sticks. Platte Pod sticks. I'm ending this on Platte Pod.
I say second runner up, Platte long legs.
Platte long legs.
That's true too. I'm good with that. All right. End of the year. 2024 has been a hell of a year. We had a lot of shit to talk about. We got verse of the year, we got albums of the year. We got Money Mer fixing his mic. We got a lot to discuss. Verse of the year, albums of the year, artists of the year. So what we're gonna do for artists of the year is like an all NBA ballot, where you get like 5 slots. So we're gonna basically do top 5 artists of the year. Where y'all want to start? I'll let y'all pick.
All right, who's first?
Top 5 artists of the year.
Top 5 artists of the year, albums of the year, verse of the year. Where we want to start, gentlemen?
I know. Let's see.
It's been a hell of a year.
I think
we should start with albums of the year and then go into artists.
Albums of the year.
Or vice versa.
Albums of the year. I'm good with that. No, let's rock with that.
Yeah, we should actually build down. So album, song,
Albums of the year. Who wants to take the lead? Give me their 10. Give me their 10. Pull up your list. Probably
So
positive.
you do want to go with
Get it.
10 rather than 5?
Yeah.
Okay, word.
No,
I have my list done, but the first take we could have done. Yeah, okay, let's do 10.
Who going first? How we starting this?
I don't give a
Oh,
fuck.
get my list up.
All right, I'll go while y'all get your list up.
I
know.
got my list right here.
I got mine ready.
Like, where are we?
All right, yeah, 10. Go
So
for
am I
it.
going? Okay, I'll go first.
Go for
All
it.
right. So start this off. At number 10, I have Might Delete Later. Number 9, I have Almighty Soul 2. Number 8, I got GNX. Number 7, I got We Still Don't Trust You. Number 6, I have Gap Year. Number 5, I got Bring Back the Act by Lil P. That's more of a local one. Number 4, I got Saheem by Sa Baby. I probably should have said the artist. I'm sorry, I didn't do that at first. I'm gonna do that now. This is the last 5. But number 3, I got Mixtape Pluto, Future, obviously. Number 2, 101, Gunna, obviously. And then number 1, got Lifestyle, Yeet. Real Twizzy shit.
Never would have seen that coming.
It's unpredictable. I
It's
left it too
unpredictable.
unpredictable.
You like to keep them on their toes.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing: it was like minus 380 odds that Lifestyle was gonna be number 1. But you know, what? I still put a fortune on it because I figured I could still make 10 cents off of that bet.
Listen, that would have been actually like some projected type shit. Like, it was really between Lifestyle and 101. I really couldn't decide.
Really?
It was really like interchangeable because 101 was just, it was amazing.
It's fire
what I'm saying? It
project.
was definitely a great album. Honestly, I think what was my third one again? I think Mixtape Pluto wasn't yet. Nah.
Yeah.
Lifestyle and 101.
Mixtape Pluto is the one we're gonna get back to. Actually, no. Let's pick apart your list before we
Yeah,
get
we
to
got
everywhere
3
else.
Future albums this year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3
I
Future
only
albums.
got 2 of them on there though.
Yeah, it's interesting. You don't have, in my opinion, the best Future project this year.
I wasn't a fan of that first.
But why did you like the mixtape one?
The Mixtape Pluto?
Because
Because
that just felt like
I just enjoyed it more. Listen, Plutowski
felt
was
like
fire.
just shit thrown together.
Bro, shit was fire.
Plutowski was the one everyone was talking
Bro,
about. He didn't even
Plutowski
say
is
words
hard.
on it, but it's still hard.
It's just hard.
No,
like,
yeah, that's one
it's
song.
hard,
Though.
and it's just great to see like how like Future
Hardest album
already
cover,
took
though.
over like the first half of the motherfucking year with his 2 albums and come back. What was that, third quarter? Yeah, I think that was third quarter. He came and he dropped Mixtape Pluto. So I think that's like amazing for Future to do that. And
Yeah, and that one got
most of them songs on there was
that
hard.
one got a lot of love from like the old school, like the people who've been listening to Future for years because it really like it was more of a return to form of like his older shit.
It was, but like them records just didn't do. Like, I'll be honest with you, Mixtape Pluto was nowhere near my consideration, and I didn't hate the project, but it was nowhere near my consideration because it just felt like a bunch of records that were thrown together. You know, it felt like that. It didn't feel like it was like
It's a
it was
mixtape.
touched up. Yeah,
It's in the name.
for sure. And like, there's mixtapes, and mixtapes are cool and all that. But ultimately, at the end of the day,
Yeah,
I'm
Lil
looking at the
Demon,
best projects of the year.
Plutowski, Lost My Dog. Them was the shit. Yeah, I fucks with those.
Plutowski is hard. Listen, I'm not saying that there's not good
Lil Demon
songs
was
on there.
straight. I don't know that song, but I know
It's
lot
a
of
straight
people, a lot of
project to
people
me.
like Lil Demon.
I liked the more polished version that we got on the Future Metro projects. But other than that, I don't really got anything else to pick apart with your list. Your list makes a lot of sense. I wouldn't say nothing's out of pocket.
I'm ready.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Go ahead.
So number 10, I got Death of Slim Shady Eminem. Number 9,
10?
Number 9, I got
9
101.
spots too low.
Number 9, I got 101 by Gunna.
Okay.
Number 8, Mixtape Pluto. Wow. Number 7, GMX by Kendrick. Almighty Soul 2, Chief Keef. Might Delete Later, J. Cole. American Dream, 21 Savage. Sugar Honey Iced Tea, Lotto. We Don't Trust You, Future and Metro. And number 1, Blue Lips, Schoolboy Q.
Okay, your list makes a lot of sense. Podi, you got yours? You ready?
More ready. Oh, shit.
Dog, why you gotta pull that?
You gotta loosen up the little black knob under, like not that part you twisting, but the one right below your left hand, that black knob, so he can turn it.
Go
It's
ahead.
more loose.
Hold on, let me get the mic straight first.
I
you're
say,
good.
I
You
say
wasn't-
if anything,
Little-
put
little
that bitch on that
intermission.
side.
Little intermission.
You wasn't gonna say nothing provocative, anyways, man. You might.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I know you're not gonna like my shit.
I know it's number one.
Yeah, I know you do.
It's a minus
All right.
750.
Shut up. Anyways, number 10, I got Sugar Honey Iced Tea by Lotto.
Fire.
Yep. Great album. Next one. Number 9, I got Mixtape Pluto. Number 9. Number 8, I got GNX, Kendrick Lamar. Number 7, I got Blue Lips, Schoolboy Q. Number 6, I got We Still Don't Trust You. Number 5, I got Eternal Take 2.
Oh.
Number 4, I got Kanye West Vultures. Number 3,
Sorry, continue.
I got number 4, right?
Number
Three.
three, yeah.
Number 3, I got American Dream, 21 Savage. That shit grew on me like crazy. Number 2, I got We Don't Trust You, and then number 1, I got 101 Gunna.
Thank you.
Definitely seen that first one.
I put the house on
I'll
it.
definitely
I only
put
made
everything on
85
that
cents
first
off that bet, but I still did it. I still put a house payment on that shit because it was a free 85 cents.
There you go. Easy.
Crisp
Little
Apples.
unpredictable list, huh?
You ready?
All right, Crisp Apples, which will probably may have some upsets, whatever.
Yeah, because we haven't heard an album that I think is. We haven't heard 2 albums that are.
I got, all right, at 10, Mixtape Pluto. At 9, I got Alligator Bites Never Heal. I got at number 8, King of the Mischievous South. Number 7, maybe a Nirvana. Smino, that's some new shit. Number 6, I got We Don't Trust You. 5, I got Why Lord, Anderson .Paak and Knowledge. 4, Dark Times, Vince Staples. 3, Blue Lips, Schoolboy Q. 2, GNX, Kendrick Lamar. And number 1, the best to ever do it, Chromacopia, Tyler, the Creator.
Oh,
Yeah, we know.
man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we know.
All right. All right.
like
Let's just
that.
round out. Let's just round out with mine, and then we'll have some discourse if we need to have it.
I could have won so much money.
No.
Yours.
Number 10, I got Big X the Plug, Take Care. Number 9, I got Chris Patrick, The Calm. Number 8, I got Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips. Number 7, I got Eminem, Death of Slim Shady.
That's
Number
fucking
6,
crazy. All
I
right,
got
anyway.
Ab Soul Burger. Number 5, I got Kendrick Lamar, GNX. Number 4, I got Vince Staples, Dark Time. Number 3, I got Future Metro, We Don't Trust You. Number 2, I got Tyler, the Creator, Chromacopia. Number 1, I got Doechii, Alligator Bites Never Heal.
I saw this list coming.
You got Death of Slim Shady over fucking Blue Lips?
Absolutely,
that's
it's a more entertaining, it's a more cohesive, it's a more
Entertaining is a word to use.
it's a more
Well, shit, entertaining. That shit is dumpster fire, dog.
Blue Lips.
dumpster fire.
Blue Lips is an album where Q took a left turn, but you know, and I appreciate artists stepping out of their box, but just because it's artsy doesn't mean that it's good. And I think that's where Q is at. I think Q, and I said this on the album review. Remember, y'all killed me because everybody came in and I was like, I don't know how I feel about this album. And you guys are like, wow, that's really crazy, Platte. I feel the same about that album. In that album, he was going somewhere. He had moments on that album. But Q went a different direction that he didn't fully figure out yet. And he will, and I have all the confidence in the world that he will figure it out for future projects. But right now, Blue Lips is like, if I'm being honest with you, like Urine 101 is cool. Blue Slides is elite. That's fire. That's the best song on that joint. Thank God for Me. It's cool. Like, there's Lost Times, cool. Like, there's like records on there that are like he has moments where he's like where he gets into something, but he don't throughout that whole album. If we're talking albums, body for body work, it don't match up to what Eminem did with the Death of Slim Shady, where there was a whole concept. It was well executed. Yes, there was moments where I didn't rock with it, but within that, I found more moments that I enjoyed off of Death of Slim Shady than I enjoyed off of Blue Lips. Blue Lips was very inconsistent. Very inconsistent.
I honestly enjoyed the Depth of Slim Shady a little bit. Honestly, it felt like Eminem kind of stepped out of his zone a little bit to become a little bit more sonically appealing. Like, you can even tell by like the features. Like, he had J.I.D., he had Baby Tron. You know what I'm saying? Big Sean's like.
Yeah, but
even
like
though half the album is Eminem-ish, it's like he's still like this the Death of Slim Shady. Like, I gotta make memorable moments on this album.
And I get what he's doing, but like even like the Babytron feature was fucking wasted on that.
But what
on that fucking hear ye, fucking the British are coming ass beat that he fucking put him on. Like,
that
you know what I mean?
was my least favorite on the whole entire
Yeah, and that's just it. It's like I think that the idea of it was great, but I didn't like the execution at the end of the day.
But that's what Blue Lips was. What was the execution of Blue Lips? Please tell me
the
how
entire album. It's the best rapping he's done in fucking three albums.
Snapped. What do you mean, bro?
It's it's his best pen game since half of Blank Face. Really, you can't say that anything on Crash Talk really out fucking does this album.
I guess I could say that there was not a moment on this record that touched attention. I could say that there was better moments overall. Blue Lips is a better album than Crash Talk. Blue Lips is a better album than Crash Talk, but
attention I'll give you. But outside of that, nothing else stuck around that long.
Right, but there wasn't that much of Blue Lips that stuck around either. That's my point. Is that Blue Lips was a transitional album. It launched a new era of Q. We've never heard Q do that. That's cool. That's fine. I love that he is continuing to push his art. He didn't find a way to mesh it the way he could have. And that's where I still have more faith in the next project rather than this project. This project felt like a hodgepodge. It felt like no matter how many times I listened to it front to back, the album didn't make sense. It had moments on there that were cool. And you know what? A lot of the records that were cool to me also had moments where I'm like, oh, it could have been better if you just did this or did that. I never felt that way about Q before. I never, like, when I got Blank Face, everything that he did worked. It's better than Crash Talk, for sure. But just because it's better than Crash Talk doesn't mean it's the greatest album ever. I know you're not saying that, but I'm saying, like, in general, like, I feel like people get so caught up in like that's the Kendrick GNX thing is like, oh, GNX is better than Mr. Morale. Just because it's better than Mr. Morale doesn't mean it's a fantastic album. Doesn't mean it's a perfect album. It just means it's better than that.
I'm not saying Blue Lips was his best album, but I'm saying out of the whole entire year from all the drops, I think he had the best album. This is definitely not the best Q album. I think Blank Face.
I don't think it touches Chromacopia. Like it doesn't sniff Chromacopia's jockstrap.
I just think conceptually and creatively when it comes to
Come on,
Slim Shady, it's like unmatched when it comes between the Death of Slim Shady and Blue Lips.
Yes.
I think Eminem executed it so good that it's just like it was better to pay attention to than Blue Lips. Like Blue Lips,
Q doesn't have the cachet that Eminem has. Like, and I'm not trying to disrespect, but Eminem is literally one of the greatest. So like the Death of Slim Shady, what the character of Slim Shady meant, that held a lot of weight, that got attention. But he executed better than Schoolboy Q on Blue Lips. I still don't understand what the theme is. And maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I don't get it. But maybe in 3 years from now, I'll be like, you know what? Blue Lips was it's still a damn good project because I got on my top 10. There's a lot of very good albums that I didn't mention that are not in my top 10. Larry June's album, Cole's album, Lotto's album. Those are very good albums. Blue Lips is a good album. It just didn't stand. It it was a hodgepodge. It was a mess. It was chaotic to me. It didn't fit.
And to be fair, I don't think that necessarily like having a concept is what makes the whole album, but I think the concept.
No, but those were both conceptual albums.
I think that. Well, I'm not 100% on that. I never really studied like schoolboy Q shit, but I know like when it comes to the figure that Slim Shady is, it's just the weight that the concept that
Right.
album holds that is just like it's unmatched. Like,
It was always gonna set itself
it'll
up.
be hard for you to make a concept that we care about more than the death of Slim Shady.
Which is fair,
Which
but
is fair.
but again, that's a subjective standpoint, though.
But
That's
I
because-
don't think so, dude.
Yes,
like,
it is because you grew up with Slim Shady. People grew up with Slim Shady. People
Exactly.
know the character.
And that's
of
why-
Slim
that's
Shady.
why it holds so much
if
weight.
you brought back Family Matters on TV tomorrow, everybody's gonna watch that shit. 'cause
Well,
they
Dochi's
know
doing
Family
that.
Matters.
Listen, bro,
Dochi's doing that.
Listen, bro, but listen though,
Yeah.
we talking about the death of
Shout
an
out Brad
iconic
Pitt.
character in hip hop. That's the thing. What is Schoolboy Q gonna talk about that's more important than this figure we've been watching for over 20 years in front of our eyes?
I get that, but I feel like Blue Lips has more replay value in my
Bro,
opinion.
we're not talking
Okay.
about replay value though. Even if we is talking about replay value, I don't really hear that Blue Lip shit that much, to be honest. You know what I'm saying?
No, there's no standout single.
It's not like
There's
no
no-
crazy, outrageous replay value over the death of Slim
There's-
Shady.
yes.
But what I'm saying is the death of Slim Shady, just hearing that concept, is hard to even to match that being Schoolboy
Conceptually.
Q comparatively
Yes.
to Eminem. That's what I'm saying.
But no, hold on. Let me take.
And
a
I just
step
think
further.
the
Let me take
execution
it-
was just way better because I don't understand Blue Lips. I never knew it was like an actual concept album until you
Let's-
just said that. I just only heard it like twice.
Let's take
I
it
don't
to the
think it's
same era.
necessarily supposed to be. It's more of
Chromacopia.
a stamp of the time in his life rather than like a.
That's what I'm
full
thinking. That's what I'm
concept.
thinking.
Yeah.
I don't think all albums gotta necessarily be a whole concept for it to be a good album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if
could
it
be
got
a
a bunch
moment
of
in
fire
time.
tracks on it, got a bunch of fire tracks on it. That just is what it is. But like, just the way Eminem went about this album is just like that's something you can't ignore. You know what I'm saying? Like, Schoolboy Q, Blue Lips is like, all right, if you like Schoolboy Q, yeah, you gonna tap in, but it's like, you know what I'm saying? But people hear the death of Slim Shady, it's like, damn, I gotta go listen. Maybe
And
you
also, like, I have very high hopes for the death of Slim Shady, but Eminem, like, to me, he can't get out of the box that he's put himself in with his beat selection, his fucking da 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 on back brush. Shut the fuck, like that. That's the thing, and it's like the beat. He can't make a fucking song anymore, and that's the thing. It's not easy on the ears. That's the concept is cool, and I see what he did with it, but he doesn't make music that I like to listen to anymore.
But that's the thing is, I don't think Blue Lips did that any better. I don't think Blue Lips did that any differently. I don't think
I
Blue-
like to listen to it.
Yeah,
though.
I don't think Blue Lips was, to me, in my opinion, more listenable. But like Chromacopia, for example, like if we want to keep with Q's era, like Chromacopia is a way better, like not even close body, like the consistency of it,
it's a
the
clinic.
sonics of it, the writing of it. It was all better than anything that Blue Lips had to offer. Like that was, to me, that was a big debate. 1 and 2 was, and I flip flopped for weeks over that of Doechii and Tyler. I ultimately went with Doechii because Tyler had good writing, but it didn't stand out the way the way Doechii did. I think Chromacopia was, as a body of work, it was more consistent, but the higher highs that Doechii had on her record were just much better. That was to me what stood out about Doechii's record. But I'm glad we all, or not all of us, I think most of us had Vince Staples on there too, because I think that was a phenomenal
No,
album.
I think only me and you did.
Yeah, it was just you guys.
Yeah.
It was just us.
Just me and you.
Damn, that's
I don't
messed up,
listen to
y'all.
Staples like that anymore.
Yeah,
It was-
y'all crazy. We all had Kendrick. We all had it. Nobody had it higher than like 5 or
Did you have
6.
Kendrick on there?
Kendrick, I had it too.
Yeah.
Oh, you had it at 2. Okay,
Mhm.
it was 2 to
I think I had
Chromacopia.
it at
Yeah.
7 or 6. I
Yeah,
think.
I know you had it at like
Yeah. It was like
you
midway.
had it at like 8. Yeah,
I had
yeah.
it at 7, yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I had it at 5.
See,
So-
we can agree that was all good. That was a good album.
Yeah, it was.
Bro,
It was,
and especially when
it was
I
a good
saw-
album, but let's ask this one question.
When I did my fucking Wrapped, my Apple Music Wrapped a month later, and GNX was my #1 album of the year. It's like it's undeniable. Like I
Good.
yeah.
I listened to it. I listened to it to where it made my list where it did. It's like if I could, and Chromacopia too, because they came out pretty close to each other. It's like both of those albums were my top 2 albums of the year. About a month after of the whole year.
Yeah, and they dropped in November.
And they dropped
Like,
in November, so it's like it just in my world, it's like okay, obviously like those resonated with me. Am I biased because they're my 2 of my favorite artists? Probably, but it doesn't matter.
Let's
Like,
ask this
this
question.
is what I like.
Before we get on to verses of the year, because we want to move. So none of us outside of you had Kendrick higher than 5 in the list. Is that album to you guys, given his stature, is that a disappointing release?
No.
No,
Hell no. What
Not
the
at
fuck?
all.
I honestly loved Kendrick's album. Like I used to, like the first.
You hated it at first.
I did. I told Chris, I was like, I'm not feeling this shit at all. But like going back to it and actually giving it like a couple listens, I really like it now.
Yeah,
Like,
you would.
It's obviously better than Mr. Morale. Mr. Morale was a miss for me. I don't care what anyone says. You can say what the fuck you want. But GNX is definitely up there for like one of my favorite Kendrick albums, which is insane because that shit just dropped.
I just ask, given the stature of Kendrick in the game, like does an artist of his magnitude drop an album and it not being for like consensus top 5?
He definitely
Is
had
that
more- he had
does
more
that
fun
consider
with it.
like is that considered a miss in your guys' eyes?
No, not at all.
Given the
He
status.
had fun with this album. I mean, you know, it's not your typical Kendrick album, but I mean, he had fun with it, and I think that's what he was supposed to do with it.
That's my favorite thing with it is that it's finally everyone for fucking the whole thing for years has been buddy lighten up.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
and now he's
Like-
doing and that's I love to hear it.
Yeah, this is perfect. I mean, obviously, it's not like your, you know, Section 80 Kendrick. It's not your, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly Kendrick, Mr. Morale. Like, he stepped out and did what he did in a fun way. I mean, simple
Yeah,
as that.
see, like what I appreciated about the album was toning down the RC shit a little bit and become a little bit more entertaining. You know what I'm
Entertaining,
saying?
yeah,
Like,
entertaining, having fun, like
yeah.
it's not that
squabble up.
you don't gotta fucking you don't gotta take
And
your
it's not like
dissect every.
Yeah.
I'm not
song,
saying,
yeah.
and I'm not saying his lyrics might be up to par with like
The
his
others.
best albums, but like he still kept it up to a level to where it's like
He kept it more
figuring shit
generally
out with-
engaging.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like
and the
this
one-
is still Kendrick, but he not dumbing it down to a crazy
Yeah,
state.
and the one thing that you could that I think everyone everyone no matter what has to give Kendrick is that he can make a fun song but still have some thought provoking shit within it. But if you just if you take it back, because even the concept like. I mean, there's still songs that even tell the line like "Reincarnated." People still
It's
don't
fire.
quite know what the fuck whether he's
They don't know the characters.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whether because people are the argument is are these because you could match kind of these characters that he's talking about in this song to real people, but also everyone's like, but is he just making up characters and like so even still like there's still that side of it too with
To
this
dig in,
album.
yeah.
That's thought provoking and it's like okay, what the fuck is he talking about necessarily? And so
But, like shit like that be annoying.
Yeah, I
that's
just-
why that's like one of them songs
he's
on,
like,
on the album
tell
I
me
don't
who the
like.
fuck you talking about.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't even be liking that shit.
I
but-
like that song, but yeah, I think I'm happy that he did what he did on this album, but I do feel slightly disappointed. I think an artist of his stature, I think that Kendrick is at the point in his career where he should be releasing a like consensus top 5 album, and he didn't. But that goes into my theory that I think this was just a stepping stone to something else, and that's where I'm at.
I think a lot of people are on that same wavelength.
Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, I was the first to say it, so you know maybe.
Well, not
whatever.
necessarily, but no, because
I was.
no,
Is it-
but
It's funny. It's just funny to me.
The whole-
I said the day it came out.
It's
Yeah,
just
the whole
funny to
internet
me.
did
He
too.
went from watch the party die to Here goes some party music. Woke up for the rock beat. It's like here goes some party music for watching the party die.
Actually,
But that's always been Kendrick. It's always been, and that's what
This
what
album ain't always
that's what
been Kendrick.
that's what kills me about
This some new shit.
That's what kills me about the media and the way they cover Kendrick. Like, on some real shit, they cover him as like, oh yeah, this guy is like super duper anti-industry, and then he'll give you an industry record that's like a party record, and they'll be like, oh, we love it, it's conceptual, the whole point of it, this is all an oxymoron. Like, he has his cake and eat it too. And I don't know how he did it, but congrats to Kendrick for doing that. What is
just as a side note, it was so funny over the holidays. You know, my brother was home. We had a lot of late nights and all that, and it was like 6:30 in the morning one night. We're like, you know, we're drunk. We're about to go. We're ready for bed. He's like, all right, what Kendrick say? The party. You don't gotta go home, but you can't stay here. What do you say about a party? Yeah, that's what right now is. I'm going to sleep. I just thought that was so funny.
all right? This will be quick, but non-rap albums. I know you had some non-rap albums in your list. Is there any non-rap albums y'all want to highlight?
Bryson Tiller's
Thank God,
self-titled album.
my man. That shit was
Fire.
That shit was flame.
That Chow song, bro.
and Ram and the song with Victoria Monet, Persuasion.
Too, yeah.
Oh my,
that album
oh
was
my God,
gas.
yeah, that album's fire. Anything non. I know you shouted out. I know you shouted out. Yeah, you shouted out. What's it called? Why am I blanking? Yeah. No Worries, the Why Loud album. I want to shout out the Russell album, Dearly Love. That shit was hard. The Billie Eilish album was hard as fuck to me. There was a lot of good non-rap adjacent, however you want to call it. I fucked with the Tommy Richmond album. I know people got off of that real quick.
That was pretty cool.
I thought it was
good.
cool.
It was cool. And
It didn't have the Devil Is a Lie and $1 Million Baby, which are both bangers. So I like that he went left and he gave you a whole bunch of slow shit that was different.
And I also think
because he proved to me off of $1 Million Baby and Devil Is a Lie that he can do the bangers too.
And also,
He did have that stupid tweet though.
It is kind of a weird way to flip it, but because of the way that the album kind of went against everything that he did, I think that's a perfect argument against the industry plant accusations of him. Is like if he was a full blown industry plant, he wouldn't have.
He would have tacked those on.
He wouldn't have had these other songs that clearly weren't going to be the most appealing to the mainstream and whatever, you know?
Yeah. Shout out Sabrina Carpenter. She's extremely talented.
Sabrina Carpenter, Why Lord, of course.
Yes. Leon Thomas's Mutt album is very fire.
You know what?
Very fire.
You know what? You know what's crazy is fucking
very fire.
I didn't even hear that. John put me onto it over the holidays, and I was like, you know what? This shit is.
You don't be listening to me.
I never heard that. I'm sorry, but.
Leon Thomas is nice though.
See, he could say anything, but he never said that to me. So anyway, yeah.
You could say.
Anyway, shout out Victorious. He was on that bitch from day one, and he's got writing credits on a lot of people's shit. So it's cool that he's finally getting his flowers like now and fucking making his own music and shit.
Yeah, shout out to him.
I think he wrote a few Rihanna songs too, didn't he?
Yeah, he's like in that realm of he's written with Drake before, written with Rihanna. Written with a lot of big pop stars and shit. So shout out him, dog.
Shout out him. Verses of the year.
Shout out to Layla too. Gap Year's fire.
Verses of the year. Well, let's like reframe this because like some songs just like didn't have verses. They just kept going. So like just rap performance songs of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your list. Yeah. Give me your list. What were some of the best rap performances this year?
We doing 10, right? 'Cause I got 10.
Yeah.
But if we doing 5, I don't
Do
want to do 10 in there. And
I got 25.
Do you want to keep this ordered as well, or do you want to just?
We can just
discuss.
We could just shout. We could just shout ones out. Yeah, you could just spit what you got wrote down.
Y'all got 10. Y'all got 10 or not? Because I already wrote down 10.
You got 10?
I ain't trying to waste.
I mean, I have 10, but I do.
5. I didn't.
Yeah, and I think that this is more of a it's because 1 week something could be your favorite verse, and then your favorite verse can change easily. So
5 stood out to me.
I think all shout outs are good.
Facts.
All right.
I put this song on here more so for the impact it had on the culture and how everything has played out since. But at number 5, I have Kendrick Lamar, Like That. Number 4, I have Rio, First Day Out. Number 3, I have Family Matters, second verse. Number 2, I have Lil Durk, Conspiracy verse. And number 1, I got V's, Sorry Not Sorry.
Mm.
You got to work V's into the list.
So-
Oh no, V's, bro, that's my favorite verse. and shit,
Here's where it got tough is because obviously like my list jumped to like a lot of the Kendrick, Drake, Cole records because those had like the significance of like those like had the weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like some of those like Euphoria, there's no hook in that, so there's no first verse, second verse. So like
Yeah.
I just I should
like,
rap performances.
That like Family Matters though. At
You
the
should have
same
said
time,
that though.
yeah, but that's what I'm
Because
saying.
I was thinking about some
So, like-
songs, but I'm like,
So like
no
Family Matters as a like I put
But
Family
I thi-
Matters it's on my list, but it's as a whole
But-
because
but you
I
gotta-
agree that second verse is the best verse, but
Yeah, because you got to think it's like it's the same thing with Euphoria. It's kind of in songs like specifically Euphoria and Family Matters, since they're structured similarly, is like you break it up by the beat switches. Basically, that's the
Yeah.
verse. Like you know what I mean?
So for me, I guess if I'm doing my 10, Crazier, JID. I thought he went absolutely ape shit on that. Play the Collard Greens, Cole. Denial is a River, Doechii. Every single verse, but whatever verse you want to pick, whether it's the first verse or the last verse, don't matter. Not Like Us, if you want to highlight a specific verse, the first verse. 6, Family Matters, the last verse, Drake. I thought that last verse was brilliant. Pie, J. Cole. 4, Saturday Morning, Lil Wayne. 3, Euphoria, Kendrick. 2, the last verse of Meet the Grams. And 1, Pricey, J. Cole. Those verses are, and I can name a million more. I got Take Your Mask Off, Tyler. I got Big Sean's Boundary Radio, Vince Staples.
I got Big Sean.
Till
Boundary on my
Eternity.
shit, too.
Till Eternity, Lupe, Guilty Conscious 2, Eminem, Yak's Prayer, Kodak. Like there was a lot of great verses this year, but yeah. Oh, shout out to me, Lotto. That was another tough one to cut. That was a great one.
I'm gonna wait. All right.
Come on, Mr.
Go ahead.
Unprepared.
All right.
Number 5. Okay, well, honorable mention.
Unprepared.
Number 6 because I wanted to put it in the top 5, but I couldn't. The second verse off Family Matters.
Mm-hmm.
That honorable mention. But number 5, I got Like That, Kendrick's verse. Number 4, I kind of like this whole song, but Davies Percocet. Number 3, Kendrick Euphoria. Number 2, Guilty Conscious 2 by Eminem. And number 1, Shout Out to Me, Lotto.
What's a tough? She snapped.
She snapped on it.
She snapped on that bitch.
But yeah,
Thank you.
not a bad list.
Rest my case. No, not at all.
Not bad list,
Podi.
Chris.
Can I do 10? Can I also do 10 too, like you?
You can do whatever. Whatever your heart desires.
The world's
Yeah,
your
do 10.
oyster, buddy.
Do whatever you prepared for.
I'm gonna do my 10. All right. All right.
Not this motherfucker. I'll prepare you.
Number 10, I got 30. Number 10, I got 30 for 30.
He low key
Kendrick
did that
Lamar.
over there the whole time.
Ooh, that's a good. That's a good.
That
Hey.
verse is tough.
We said what?
30 for 30.
30 for 30. I don't
That
know.
verse
Have you
is
heard? Have you
tough.
heard that
No,
yet?
he just did that just now.
No, that
I'll
verse
take
is
it.
tough.
When you showed me
Yeah, no,
that-
he did just do it just now, but
No, I didn't.
that verse is tough.
It did come out about a week ago. Yeah.
Yeah, which means statistically he did it within the last 7 days.
Bro, you saw it. Like you saw me jamming that shit a week ago. Like, you saw it. I
You saw
liked
it?
a lot.
Did you see it, Chris?
I did
Anyways,
see it.
bro, let me
I
fucking
did see it.
continue. Why am I always getting cut out, bro? Like, damn, I gotta continue this shit. All right, here we go. So number 10 was 30 for 30, Kendrick. Number 9, Nina, Travis Scott verse on American Dream. Number 8, I got Fiend, Playboy Cardi verse.
Okay.
All right.
Number
Was that this year?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Nah. Was it?
No, that was
Utopia?
Nah, I
on
don't
the
think
Utopia.
Utopia came out this year.
Utopia didn't come out this year.
Yeah,
Come on,
that
2024?
nah.
No, 2023.
Because that
Alright.
dropped before Cardi started
Alright,
dropping that
then
2022.
eight, fine, then 8.
Boo
I'll
this
put
man.
8. Shut up. Number 8, I'll put Georgia's Peach, Lotto. I don't give a fuck. Number 7,
That's a tough argument.
Number 7, Timeless, Cardi verse.
Mm.
Damn, bro. What the fuck is this?
Number 6, Push Ups, Drake. Number 5, One of One, Gunna. Number 4, Back to Me, Freddie Gibbs. Number 3. Number 3. Number 3. We're crazy.
Number 3, go ahead.
Number 3, I got Euphoria, Kendrick Lamar. Like when he starts going like, yeah, I'm out that way. Yeah, that part's crazy. Number 2, Like That, Kendrick. Number 1, Family Matters, the last part. The last verse, the third one.
See, I think that's the best verse too.
Yeah.
No, I think second one is the best.
Second one,
Whole song is amazing.
yeah, whole song is
Whole
amazing.
song's fire.
The second and third is hard to kind of pick which one.
Second one,
Yeah.
he didn't shoot straight at Kendrick. He shot at too many people. He
He
should have
should've
just
just-
No.
just went straight.
No, it's
What you
just,
don't get about it.
If he would have just went straight at Kendrick, I would have liked it better.
it's just if it was the I know you're not making fun of me, but if it was just it's a drill shit with Drake where it's like it's good, it's not as great as I think Drake thinks it is. That's always been a critique of mine with Drake, is that I feel like when he hops on a drill shit, it doesn't sound bad. It just, I feel like in Drake's mind, it sounds way sweeter than it is.
And it's always, which I still
But
like
I
that.
love that part.
I like that second part of Family Matters, but the thing of Drake and all the you know, however many drill songs that he has, is that it's always just Drake over a drill beat. It's like, it's kind
But
of
the
like,
shit be hard. Like
Yeah,
he
I
be
know.
putting the flow together with the drill beats. So
like,
bro,
which I get what you mean, but it's still kind of, he could also take it here, move it
honestly,
to another beat. And it would be-
80% of the shits that he go on, even if they different, it just still just sound like Drake. Like
Yeah,
Drake
exactly.
just so distinct with like style and his voice. And all
Well, that's
that.
kind of it's the argument I make for like Adam Sandler in movies is like it's always Adam Sandler at the end of the
It was
day,
like
you
it's
know
like
what
when
I
you
mean?
listen
Like,
when you listen to Aston Martin music by Rick Ross, it started off sounding like a Rick Ross beat and a Rick Ross song, and then next you know Drake just hop on it. Now it just sound all like Drake.
Yeah,
like
I
this
know.
whole shit is Drake now.
hey,
like
what do you say? Every verse sounded like Drake, featuring Drake.
yeah.
the
Every
song, the
every
production,
song.
everything. You know what I'm saying? But like with the drill shit, like it still do just be sounding like Drake over drill. But I fuck with Drake over drill because I enjoyed Dark Lane demo. Wait,
Yeah.
was that with Five?
That's
on
what he
there
had.
with
That's
War?
what he had.
Yeah,
War.
that was
That,
War.
I fuck with
Yeah.
War,
Yeah.
and I fuck with that
other one.
last song on there.
Yeah, with
I think it's the
the-
last song on there.
Yeah,
I forgot the name of it, but that shit was
Yeah,
fire.
that shit makes no sense.
Yeah,
makes
niggas
no
was
sense.
hating on that album. I really enjoyed that album a lot.
Yeah, I know people
All right,
did not
so
like that.
Should I go on my verses or do you
Yeah.
want to?
Yeah, go ahead.
War is a song. But
Yeah,
go
War.
ahead,
That's
yeah.
what I was saying. Yeah. All right, we got the first verse when the beat's dropping on. Thank God for me. That's number 10 for me. That should go hard. The white beat do what I said. That shit is hard, bro. I don't give a fuck.
I should have put that one in there.
I got, although like you could argue Gloria by Kendrick. I got the first verse on that because I feel like he's sliding over that bitch. Tyler Tomorrow off of Chromacopia. You know that whole song is just one verse essentially. So
Yeah.
I
Again,
fuck-
rap performance, yeah.
yeah. Then I got number 6, number 7. I'm sorry. Wait, hold on. 10, 9, 8, 7. Yeah, 7 is Tyler's verse on "Thought I Was Dead," which I mean, it's undeniable. He's snapping on that bitch. Drake, I got "Family Matters" next, but I can't really decide between 2 and 3, so I got to go with 3. But they are
I just
both
think 3 was fire.
they are both great verses. Now here's where it gets interesting. So number 5, I got, which I've been telling you this place since the day it came out. Hit It J3's verse on the song GNX to me is so fucking fire. I love it so much.
You
Bro,
serious?
that shit is so gas. I swear to God.
Bro. Nah, you lost me on that one.
Bro,
You lost me on that one.
like I said,
I thought,
bro.
I thought we were cool as pod, man. What the?
Yeah, he's fire. I started following him on Twitter and everything. That verse, he had the best verse on the whole song.
I wouldn't know. I don't remember that song. I
Yeah,
deleted
no,
that
it's
song from my fucking memory.
it's a fantastic verse.
No, I don't got you on that one.
I was watching
Bro,
Harry Potter
I
with
can't
my
watch
girl
all
where you like extract the memory. Like I extracted GNX from my
That's
memory.
okay if you want
I
to
don't
live
even remember.
worse than I am. I mean, hey,
I'll-
look, I enjoy things nowadays.
I
you
just
know?
remember like a video game beat, and I was like, nope, I'm good.
There's no video game about it. Don't matter about it. The verse is still there. It don't matter. That shit is fire. Number 4, Words to Live By, Earl Sweatshirt, El Costo.
Boo.
That made bigger waves than Chris Patrick made this year, buddy.
Chris Patrick wasn't on my list.
He was on your list of fucking top albums.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he
He
was.
was on my honorable mentions.
You said
was
him.
still
You
on
said him in your number 10. He was like number 8.
Oh yeah, he was number 9. Yeah, but
Yeah,
no,
is he
that
ain't
was
that crazy?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
a that was a better album though.
Yeah,
than
because this
anything
wasn't
Earl
an
put
album. But I'm just saying is that Earl verse made fucking waves through everything,
Chris
through
Patrick had a good year,
through
though.
Twitter and shit
Yeah, he
and
did.
everything. Like, no, that was a great verse from Earl.
Wait, what verse?
I'm not okay, but I'm gonna be all right. It was like,
Oh, Where's Live By?
Yeah, Where's
I
Live
was
By.
about to. That was in my top
it's
10.
hard-
I didn't know if
it's
everybody was
hard.
doing 10.
Thank you, I got somebody.
I didn't know if everybody was doing 10 or
Yeah,
not,
but
but
you-
he was in my top
that
10.
shit is tough. See,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that shit was tough.
It was. Okay. I'm not okay, but I'm good. He said,
And
pour
the
for
way-
water and ashwagandha.
Listen, I'm such a fan of unorthodox flows. Like, if you could just lose the beat and catch it at some point in your verse, that shit is hard to
Yeah,
do. Like,
he
when
said-
Jay-Z do that shit
Exactly.
is insane.
That's
Like,
a-
Crazy
yeah, it
that
was
you
the
throwing Jay-Z
no.
and Earl together.
No, it was the same.
Hey, listen.
He said.
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying they both do the same thing.
He said, "Free Gaza. We on the corner like
I'm
Israelites."
not comparing
Bro,
them.
No, that shit is hard.
You
as fuck.
literally just said Earl is equal to Jay.
No, I did not say that. When did that come out of my mouth? Why you just lie on me like that? Why you gaslight?
Because I hate Earl.
He's gaslighting you. That's crazy.
gaslight.
All right, hold up. Number 3, I can't even pick. Both verses on Stars Out by Chance is fucking. They're phenomenal.
I almost had 3033 on my list.
So both of those, then number 2 and number 1, I got Like That from Kendrick and Euphoria. The second or third verse, they're kind of similar, so it's hard to pick on those. But either way,
Which one was number 1? What was number 1?
Euphoria, either the second or third verse. Okay. Like, so outside of the intro with a beat switches up and shit, all that. But no, I'm telling that Earl verse is crazy, dog. No,
Crazy.
That like regained hope for a lot of people who's like, nah, he can still get he getting after it.
He was doing that whack ass production beats and shit for like the last 2-3 albums or whatever, and then like it was just like, bro, is he ever going?
See,
like,
I still
come back with another
like it, but
banger?
I understand why people don't like it. This verse is undeniable.
Yeah, on God. But I don't like Shout and Go Outside. That's probably like my last shit that I'm like, oh yeah, this fire. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a classic to me out of all the.
See, I still like more of his newer shit, but again, Words to Live By was an undeniable verse from him. That shit was insane.
If you don't like that verse, you don't like rap music. It's like, nah.
I'm telling.
All right, on an unrelated, go ahead.
I was about to say for honorable mention for me though, I'm putting ASAP Rocky verse on Big Dog on there because that's
he
his
went
flow on that
crazy
bitch,
on that shit.
his flow on that bitch is insane, bro. That's why I love ASAP Rocky, bro. He just be having some nice wordplay.
But he'll surprise you because sometimes his flow he's adapted this one flow that's kind of gotten a little old, but he'll surprise you every once in a while and pull out the fucking, the Thanos glove and be like, nah, let me remind y'all who I really am. Like,
Type shit.
Yeah, Adi, the king of cash outs. All right.
I love Jalen Johnson.
Got you 11 points on.
Yeah, he did. On the dot.
that's cool. When's the wedding?
Shit, tomorrow.
Hey, yo.
Anyways, no, that's crazy.
Rap ballot MVPs. So, I look at this like all NBA.
Artist of the years.
Yes, artist of the year, but like all NBA, you have like 5 positions per team. So we'll just do a top 5. Rap ballot.
The one I literally had 10 for. Now he wants to do a top.
Oh,
Okay, that's fine. Down to 5 then. I got 13. Go.
You want me to go? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
Number 5.
You over prepared.
You done talking shit? All right, but number 5, Future. Number 4.
I'm sorry, but his face when I just turned and he said that was just too funny.
Well, if I get so hurt over nothing, man,
He
go.
had the eyes and everything. He said, "You done talking?"
Yeah, bitch, you done. Is you
Some
finish
teary,
yours, you
some
done.
teary eyes. Do your thing. You got
Go
blue
ahead.
eyes? You
Go
got blue
ahead,
eyes?
Meg.
That might
You're
be
right.
why. It looked like you was tearing up a little bit. Do your thing.
Go ahead, man. Start at
Y'all
5.
done?
Start at 5. We interrupted.
Number
I'm sorry.
5, Future. Number 4, Eminem. Number 3, Lotto. Number 2, Doechii. Number 1, Kendrick.
This nigga just put motherfucking Eminem.
I mean,
Eminem in the top 5 MVP artists of
Well,
the
listen.
year. In the year, I think he had like one of the most worst critically acclaimed albums this year. That's insane. And did nothing after that. But hey, listen, I'm gonna give it to you if you love. That's your man.
He showed up at the
Let him go
Democratic
ahead.
National Convention. That's all he did after that.
Let him just.
And,
find this.
and
Go
I'm
ahead.
praising Eminem for the album, but like, come on now, like, all right, I don't know.
man hasn't dropped in years. He dropped. He did better than expected. I think it's great to put him in the top 5 for this year.
That's it.
What else
You
do
ain't
you
gotta.
want?
You ain't gotta give nothing else. I was just saying.
What else do you want?
You ain't gotta give that. That's how you feel. That's how you feel.
What else
I
has
just
to
think
be
that's
said?
insane. Just to insert him in the top 5. Like one mediocre
I mean, I'm not gonna
little
replace him
album,
I'm
and
not
then
replacing
it's
him with
like.
Drake. Drake had literally
Listen,
one of the worst
Boss
fucking years.
Man D-Lo been banging in the speakers all year. That's all I'm saying.
Boss Man
Big
D-Lo's
extra
on the
plug.
list.
Big extra plug. I've been hearing you talk about him way more.
Check the list. I didn't do
Oh,
the
you ain't
top
finished.
10.
You ain't finished. All right.
Yeah, I didn't
all right.
do,
You
okay,
ain't
let's do
finished.
10.
But still though.
Big
No,
X-
don't
no,
do
hold
the
on,
10.
hold on.
No,
Let's
but
take the whole
Eminem.
list.
No, that doesn't matter because Eminem was still
Eminem was
ahead of them.
already. You
Don't
already
matter,
started at
don't
5.
matter.
Just let's go for
All right.
5.
Eminem was still ahead of them.
Yeah,
All
he's still ahead.
Eminem was still ahead of them. It doesn't matter these other people you mentioned. It matters who was ahead of them.
I made a top 10.
But just do the top 5 real quick. Just one more time.
Future. M. Lotto did better than M this year. Doechii did better than M this year, and so did Kendrick.
Future is under Eminem, Lotto, and Doechii.
Future dropped 3 albums and he lost to M.
Future is under Eminem, Lotto, and Doechii. Yo, is somebody tickling my balls right now? like, dude, this is insane work. And that wasn't even no crazy.
Everyone has their own list.
I know,
don't understand what the problem
listen,
is.
and I'm allowed to criticize you for yours. I'm allowed to do that. I think that is absolutely buffoonery. that's your fucking that is your goddamn top 5 MVPs artists.
Would it be better if I switched Eminem and Boss Man D-Lo?
It'd be better if you made Eminem an honorable mention.
You put Ice JJ Fish in there, it don't matter.
Listen.
Anyway, whose list is next? Since y'all done talking.
Go ahead, Adi. Go ahead. I think Adi might have a better top 5.
All right, let's see.
He gonna say Artie.
Come on,
He gonna say
He's about to say Lil Uzi Vert.
he's putting Cardi up there, and Cardi ain't even been.
Uzi gonna be top 3. Yeah.
Gunna's 2, I swear to God.
All right, number 5. Number 5, I got Big X the Plug. Number 4, I got Future. Number 3, I got Gunna. Number 2, I got Drake, and number 1, I got Kendrick.
You put Drake in.
Typical.
See, don't.
It's a typical list, but I definitely wouldn't put Drake over Future.
I only put in Drake because of the diss tracks.
Yeah, it's just been a real down.
And his
Yeah.
100.
It's just
real
like,
tough.
Yeah,
it's
and
kinda
even, and
undeniable,
you gotta
it's
take
real
you gotta
down.
take Duran's word for that. It's like even he's like okay, of all years of Drake, this is not
Yeah,
the best
I
year
think it's
for
the
him.
year.
His 100 gigs was good. I don't care.
100 Gigs was good? Okay. All right.
Just saying 100.
I'll take it.
Fuck it. If that's what you want to go off of.
Fuck it, ship it. That all right, we got it.
Crisp
I
Apples.
I didn't put Drake in.
100 Gigs might have been better than Def and Slim Shady. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I think you're going to be the only one to have Drake. Chris?
Do your thing.
So do I gotta do a list, or can I just do some honorable mentions for the year?
Top
Top
5.
5, man. Top 5.
Top 5. Okay. I
If
got.
you don't want to throw them in no order, fuck it.
All right. Yeah, because
Yeah, mine wasn't in order either.
Cap.
It don't matter. The fact that Eminem was in the 5 is the issue. It don't matter the order. He
Yeah,
could have
see,
been 1 or he could have been 4.
this was hard because it's so hard to gauge it. Like I want to say Doechii had a fantastic year, but it's hard to put that over Kendrick.
Right?
Okay, Future had a fucking phenomenal year as well. He was doing victory laps after victory laps to fucking
And then press clean up.
hey, he said he dropped the album. He said, "Here go two more for y'all." Like
Facts.
yeah, you gotta put Kendrick up there.
Future, Doechii. You named 3.
Yeah, Kendrick, Future, Doechii. I want to say it gets a little dicey for me. Like I want to say I want to say Denzel Curry, but I feel like it didn't make enough waves. But I feel like he really got in his bag this year. Definitely not Eminem. That's for sure.
Damn sure not.
Damn sure not Eminem. I also want to. I mean, Tyler's definitely up there because Tyler's got I couldn't organize these ones. Tyler's got the thing with Tyler is that like okay, you could say he's had similar years in the past, but if you look at his just the fucking reach that he has on society, bro, he drops this album, he sells out his fucking his carnival that he hasn't been able to do he had a couple years off. He came back. He did it, and he did it this year again. And that shit sells out fucking immediately. Nobody like you can't even get a ticket if you fucking want to at this point because all the bots eat that shit. Like, bro, it's like Tyler is really at the forefront of like
pandering.
No,
how he stepped on motherfuckers to get to the top. Stepped on. I know
who the fuck did he step on? He's the most original.
A community.
Oh, because he's
community.
a gay man in society, and you're doubting it.
To be fair, he stepped on a lot of niggas on his come up. To be fair,
such as who?
Well, whenever he said "fuck anybody," that's just like kind of what it is. You know
Jaden Smith, he was
Steve
hurt.
Steve Harvey, fuck. I think he said "fuck Drake." I think he said "fuck all kind of people."
No, he didn't say "fuck Drake." Actually, Kendrick, he said
fuck a lot of people. I know that.
No, not Drake though. The crazy thing is, if you remember a couple years ago when
he was mad at his fans for that.
When he had his music festival, he brought Drake.
Yeah, I remember that.
He brought Drake out because he's a fucking big Drake fan, and then all of his fans booed Drake, and he's like, "Fuck you guys!" Like
Oh no, he used to say gay shit about Drake. Like he used to have like the little gay remarks.
Yeah,
that's what I think it was.
Yeah, I mean, I
just
think
to make albums about girls
type shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's my list. That's who I can put at the top.
So what's your 5? Just say it. Say it
again,
straight.
Yeah. She said Kendrick, Doechii, Future, Tyler, and who was the other one?
It's an honor. I don't got another one. It's not an honorable mention.
You named 5.
I'm gonna just say Smino, just to say the boy some shit.
Hey, maybe
just throw something in there I know he like. You know what I'm saying?
No, nobody throwing Drake
ain't going in there.
All right.
Already go ahead and then I'll close it.
All right. My top 5 is my top 5 for many reasons, but for number 5, I got Playboy Cardi. I Playboy Cardi just because he stayed afloat off like what 5, 6 singles.
That's fucking crazy.
3,
no, he doesn't.
3,
no.
hold on.
Okay, hold on.
It?
Huh?
That's it.
Yeah, because all them singles outweigh anything Eminem has done this year. Do you wanna argue on that?
But to be fair,
did he drop an album?
He don't gotta drop out.
He didn't have a year. His fan base keeps him afloat. It's not him having a year.
How was it not him? He dropped 5 singles at the beginning of the
year.
He dropped He dropped, but this is damn near an EP worth of music that he didn't drop this year. Like, what's wrong with that?
6 singles versus a fucking project, bro. Are you serious right now?
Bro.
Do we gotta argue this shit right the fuck
Bro,
now?
yes, we can. I don't give a fuck. This is my thing.
He's going off 6 fucking singles versus an
listen,
project.
You're cooked.
He's going off a doo-doo album and putting it over Future.
I don't care. You literally said
Over
it was
Future.
Good.
I did say it was good. It was good as a concept and creation.
That's the crazy
That's
thing.
it.
That's crazy.
Both of y'all
That's
are wrong.
it.
Going off 6 fucking
That's it.
singles, bro.
That album was good off a concept and creation.
That's
That's it.
bro. That's insane.
That's it.
No, bro. That's crazy.
That's it.
That's insane.
Nothing else.
It'd be
Nothing else.
It'd be 2 dumb bitches telling each other exactly. You know what I mean?
Listen, dog. Listen.
That's insane.
Listen now. How many artists do you know that keep their fans afloat like that off of just that minimum amount of work within the last 2 years? Maybe even 3 years.
Exactly.
He has
Bro,
one of the most
you know one of the only artists. You know one of the only artists who can do that, other than Playboy Cardi, Kendrick Lamar. So that will put him up there in the status, not necessarily lyrics and music, but he is up there when it comes to popularity and hip hop of Kendrick Lamar, just off doing the minimum effort of music.
So you're telling me if Drake doesn't drop singles multiple times like that,
Drake can do the same thing. He just doesn't do it. I don't have to say Drake for you to know that that's what it is.
Cole can't do that?
Cole kind of does do that.
Kind of, right?
Yeah.
So he does do that.
Yeah.
So you just
Eminem can't do that. You know why? Because he didn't drop doodle for the last 10 years. Am I wrong? Does anybody want to speak up?
Good.
Who, wait, who? Eminem?
Yeah.
Yes, I mean, so is Cardi, but yeah, I mean.
Crazy as hell. Whole Lot of Red is a classic to a lot of people. What is the last classic? What is the last classic Eminem fans think is a classic within the last however many albums? However many albums?
Classic.
Classic.
Do you know
Classic.
what
And I'm saying classic. I'm saying classic in comparison to what his fans consider a classic for him. That's what I'm saying.
The fact that you just said Whole Lot of Red is a classic.
Yes, bro. That's literally a classic album for his fans.
Classic.
I mean, if you talk about Whole
That's
Lot of
not
Red,
considered a
that's
Bro,
classic album.
that's like me saying Goblin is a classic for Tyler the Creator. Yes, it might not be a classic to the masses, but to Tyler the Creator fans, that's a classic, bro. Yes, fans have classics for their favorite artists.
I'm with them on this one because if you a true Cardi fan wants an album, you're gonna give them Whole Lot of Red. Like that's what they want. That's what Cardi fans
It's
want.
the fact that it's even considered a classic. That's insane.
Bro, the shit was fire.
That
Bro,
was
listen.
fire.
Bro, yes, the shit was fire.
Hell no, bro.
Bro, Rockstar Made was fire. Vamp Anthem was fire. Vamp Anthem. Did I say Vamp Anthem? Yeah, Vamp Anthem. Bro, it's too much heat on there, bro.
None of that shit does shit for me, honestly.
Bro, I feel like
Nothing,
dying.
bro.
Listen, if you're a Playboy Cardi fan, you are going to say it's a classic, like 110%. Listen.
If you're a
so you
Playboy
think-
Cardi fan.
That's what I'm saying.
Sticking the point of this
I
year.
literally said that shit like 10 times.
Sticking the point of this year. Sticking the
So
point of this year.
So Teen X, you gonna bump that in the car?
Bro, you just named one song out of like 15.
Hold on,
Okay,
but
if you don't
you
like
saying
Teen
it's
X,
a
cool,
classic.
bro. Like, that's fine, bro. Honestly, I'd rather listen to Teen X than the whole fucking Death of Slim Shady.
So you bumping Vamp?
Honestly,
Anthem
yes,
in the car.
hell, fuck it. That's a cold song. That's top 3 songs on the album.
I'd rather listen to podcasts than both them shits.
Shout out the Rat Cave.
Yeah,
Subscribe.
subscribe if you haven't.
Yeah,
No,
subscribe if you
and
haven't.
to keep in mind, I do like Cardi, but this year I can't say that this year
Listen.
has been a year for him.
Cardi, that first quarter, Cardi had.
Especially when everybody's pissing him for not dropping music.
Yeah,
that's
and he
fine.
lied.
That's fine.
He lied.
That's I kind of.
Oh, a rapper lied about a release date.
I enjoy that little
How
mystique shit he
unoriginal.
have going on because it kind of keep you on your toes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and on top of the fact he came with a new sound this year that he never done before.
Ain't that crazy how the goalposts move?
Yeah.
What's the goalpost? Where's it moving to?
All of a sudden, no, it's okay. It's like, okay, no, he's just gearing up for a release. Oh, okay, he's
I
trying
ain't say
something he
nothing
never
like that.
did before. Look, I'm just saying is that
We just watched. Listen,
Goalposts
we watched
do be
Cardi
moving.
evolve this year. We watched Cardi.
I don't know if
do-
we watched Cardi do anything.
you can't
this
watch
year.
somebody evolve over 6 songs.
Why
That's what I'm
can't you?
saying, bro.
Why can't you? You can literally, bro. We watched Drake be from a regular Drake to a Jamaican Drake in less than motherfucking one album.
Yeah, and guess
That's
what everyone-
evolution.
And what did everyone say about that?
It don't matter what everybody say. That's still evolution. However you look at it, however you cut the motherfucking pie, it's still a pie.
But some
and you
evolution
still get a
is-
slice if you cut the motherfucker.
Some evolution
So
isn't
whether you
good.
don't like this slice or not, that's on you.
However you
know
cut
what I'm
the
saying?
pie, you still get
You
a
ain't have to
slice.
take it. You ain't have to take it. But what I'm saying is, Cardi is doing something
God's
that
work.
most mumble rappers could never pull off, and I think that's why he deserves a spot up there. Because I don't think there's a lot of mumble rappers who can hold this anticipation, this.
No, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Like,
not arguing
this
that
is-
part.
this is the type
I
of shit
I
that-
just wouldn't put him on his
This
list.
is the type of shit that the big 3 can do.
I don't disagree with any of that. I just don't think, like, for example, if I were to make like the Kendrick reference, because I do think there's a lot of similarities between Kendrick's fan base and Cardi's fan base, like the 2020 to 2021, right, where it's like years after your last project, and people are anticipating something. Now Kendrick didn't drop anything. Cardi dropped 6 songs, but to me, it's a different discussion of, okay, yes, you have the cachet to hold people over, because I'm not denying Cardi doesn't. I think he absolutely does have that cachet to where whenever Cardi drops, whether it's 1 year, 5 years, doesn't matter, people are going to listen. That doesn't necessarily... emphasize a successful year. Like, I wouldn't argue that Kendrick in 2020 to 2021, where everybody was anticipating the album off of Damn, and they didn't get it. I don't think that's a winning year for Kendrick because the anticipation is there. I don't think that it's there because he didn't do nothing that year. Now, granted, it's a testament to him that he can hold a fan base that will hang on and wait for that release. That in and of itself is a win, but it's not a win in the scope of that year.
And not to mention, I don't know if you all saw it like a week ago or whatever. Everyone they tried to.
They tried to manufacture so many release dates for that album.
But the Cardi fans tried to do. They tried to plot a mass unfollow of Cardi to try and persuade him to drop the album. Now I will say, like, it's like, yeah, you have a fan base that's that dedicated to you. That's that
again, but I just don't think off the resume of this year he did something.
Of this year particularly, yeah, 100%. I'm not saying that Cardi doesn't have the weight that is what he. I mean, and his fan base is unapologetically one of the strongest fan bases in hip hop overall. Honestly.
Yeah. Okay. Let me get to my list because
that's crazy. I said number 5 Playboy Cardi. We ain't even get off of. I ain't even get the 4, 3, 2, 1.
You know what's crazy is that you finished your list, right? Or no?
Hell no. I literally said Playboy Cardi number 5. That's it. That's all I said.
My bad.
All of a sudden the house is on fire.
That's all I said.
My bad.
But listen,
I didn't
my
realize
whole
that
thing.
he forgot.
I think that Playboy Cardi, the amount of singles he dropped, which would be equal up to an EP in my opinion, held more weight than a lot of people's projects this year. So this is why I put him at number 5. So that's why I put him at.
So sorry. Let me finish. Let you finish your list. I thought you finished your list and then he jumped in. No. My bad. Go ahead.
At number 4, I got Doechii. I've definitely seen a big rise. Alligator Bites is like a lot of people's favorite shit. So it's just like seeing her come up and the moves she's making, to me, it just put her in the top 5 for me. Whether I, listen to her album all the time or not, you can see it when it's right in your face. That's how I feel. Number 3, I got Boss Man D-Lo, tearing up the charts, you know what I'm saying? Tearing up TikTok, tearing up all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You damn near can't scroll on TikTok without hearing the Boss Man D-Lo song. So I feel like that's a factor. Number 2, I got Kendrick. It's not hard to really realize why he at least top 3, if anything. Obviously number 1 for most people, but I got him at number 2 because I feel like the first person, which is Future, filled in a lot of holes this year. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of people was not really doing so good necessarily, like hip hop wasn't really doing so good, and it wasn't really a lot of moves from the artists just because, you know, the whole battle, this, that, and the third. I feel like Future kept those holes filled. And for him to do that, being 12 years in the game, I'll say 12 years because his debut was in 2012, January. I think that's amazing for him to be 41 years old and still keep us entertained and afloat. And I feel like with Future, it's almost like you can feel safe with him. It's like when a Future project,
like a warm blanket.
You know what I'm saying? Like when Future drop, it's like I'm never doubting that he at least gonna have 50%, like 50% of the music on there. I'm gonna like.
He's not gonna drop trash.
Yeah, like he's not gonna drop a whole album of shit that I don't like. So
yeah,
for him to drop 3 albums this year, I think is amazing. And you know what I'm saying, like for his fan base, because a lot of fan bases are fickle. I feel like people fall off like a motherfucker. That's why I think with Playboy Cardi, it's like he really could just drop 4 or 5 trash singles or whatever, and motherfuckers could have just went left. But like the music he dropped, a lot of people in his fan base think is good. He keeping himself afloat off that. The features he done had this year, the Camila Cabella shit was some bullshit, but the Weeknd one and the Future type shit verse, was that all he had this year? I think that might have been all he had Future, but I think them 5 had my eye this year for sure.
All right. All right, Dallas, we gonna have a discussion based off of your list, but my honorable mention at 6 and 7, Vince Staples and Glorilla. I thought they were fantastic this year. I thought they both had awesome years. Vince Staples, between not only the body of work that he released plus the Netflix special, like he did a lot to elevate the Vince Staples name. The cachet that it comes with now is a lot different than what it was in previous years. He's been on a heater, but to have that Netflix deal combined with this album, combined with the run that he's had, I think was very honorable. And Glorilla is just absolute dominance when it comes to like the female. Like there's not a female I know that doesn't love Glorilla right now. Like she is it. She is what like they want. They're still trying to make Meg Thee Stallion to be. Glorilla has that, like authentically. She has that woman fan base that like Meg. I'm not gonna get too into it, but number 5, and I can't believe y'all didn't name it because it's crazy to me because he is in the top of streams, he is in the top of album sales, and he's done it all completely independent. And I hate these albums, but the amount of money, the amount of success he has had as an independent artist is insane, and that is Kanye West. Kanye West, what he did this year as an independent artist is rival to none. No independent artist has ever received the success that he has this year, and I think as an artist going forward, that is a great blueprint to follow. I think he has set a foundation.
Talk about that one.
We got a lot to talk about that because I don't even know what you're talking about.
He has set. What do you mean? He's one of the top 4. He's one of the top 4 stream artists this year, and he's top in sales.
Do we want to have this conversation right now, or do we want to wait till after you?
Yeah, no, we gonna finish my list. I'm not speaking on the quality of the albums. I'm speaking on the fact. I'm speaking on the success that Kanye has brought.
To me that
okay.
Made me say it.
Number 4, Doechii. Grammy nomination, the huge momentum, the performances, the tiny desk, everything she's done has been elite this year. She has stepped into that star bag that I told y'all about for years. So I'm happy for Doechii. Number 3 is very obvious too. It's Tyler. Tyler had a very successful year where he did a short rollout, but he garnered a lot of attention for his release. And I think the way he did things, shaking up the release date, everything he did was super successful. So Chromacopia, by any stretch of the imagination, dropping a damn near one of the best albums this year, plus the momentum that he gained off of it. I think he just showed. I didn't know if he could go another level up off of Call Me If You Get Lost, and he did that this year. So Tyler, number 3. Number 2 is Future. Future dominated the year with his three projects, and while I felt like one came and went, the other 2 were were very much stood the test of time of the year. They held it down. He did what he had to do this year, and then number 1 was Kendrick for everything that he did, because where I'll argue that Kendrick Future thing is that yes, Future was filling in the holes of the time between the battle and Kendrick dropping an album, but the whole entire conversation between the battle and Kendrick's album was, when is Kendrick's album coming? So Kendrick captured the spotlight of the entire, not hip hop, but pop community. Billboard named him the number 1 pop star this year. And because he captured everybody, he captured the audience of everybody, not just hip hop. He was the storyline of music of this year. And so to me, that is why he would go over Future. He would have went over Future even without GNX, because I know there was that whole conversation. You can't be artist of the year if you didn't drop an album, blah blah blah. Well, you know what? Kendrick dropped the album, and it's literally sold close to 800,000 units already in just 4 weeks. So it's on pace for 1 million early 2025. So that is a record that has stuck, that has sold on top of the year that he had, the name, the cachet that he had. I think it's a no doubt number one. I think it's up there with some of the greatest runs. I think it's up there with DMX's 2 number one albums. I think it's up there with peak Wayne. I think it's up there with the dominance, the establish of 50. I think it's up there with all of the greatest years that rappers have had. I think it's in that conversation. I wouldn't put it 1. I don't think it's the most dominant year a rapper has ever had, but it is in that conversation. And Future's year is really, really good. I break it down in terms of basketball MVPs. Future would have won an MVP in a lot of years, but not this year. Not in 2024. Not in one of the best years in rap history, which 2024 was. He didn't have that. He didn't have that cachet. In 2020, that would have been an MVP. In 2020, the last 3 years, Future would have won the MVP. And you could argue like 6 or 7 of the last 10 years, Future's performance this year would have won an MVP. So it's a very honorable number 2, but it just happened to run into a historic year. And we see it all the time in sports. We see it all the time. We see motherfuckers have great years, but then you know what won was a historic year. And that's just what Kendrick Lamar did this year. So if y'all want to continue the Kendrick Future conversation, we can have that, because I think that is one of the bigger conversations, or we can have the Kanye.
I just got Future over Kendrick because I feel like Future's year is more organic than Kendrick is. I feel like Kendrick's success this year is off the backbone of him going at Drake, not necessarily organic. We are supporting you for the music. No, we're here because you just hold the fuck out of this nigga, and now we're actually find you very appealing. So we're gonna tap in. So I don't think he has had as much of an organic year.
I can't say that because organically he sells more than Future consistently.
I'm not saying
he drops.
I'm not saying he don't sell more than Future. That's not my thing. What I'm saying is obviously
there is a benefit of the battle, but that's part of the reason he won, is because he had a historic, maybe the greatest rap battle that we've ever seen, and won. So you have that combined with the album that did well. I don't see the organic versus non-organic argument, because to me that's null and void. I don't know Kendrick's intentions when it came to that battle, and I don't care Kendrick's intentions to that battle. It doesn't matter whether he sat there, plotted, fabricated this whole thing, and got it to work. If he did, hey, credit to him for being able to move the chessboard like that. Doesn't matter. To me, I'm looking at the year and the weight that the name Kendrick Lamar had versus Future, which was a damn good year, but it did not have that same weight.
When I say organic, when you name those artists that was at their peak, you don't match them with another person at that being their best year. When we look at Kendrick's best year this year, it's impossible to not think about Drake. Like, be for real. Like, it's impossible to not think about Drake whatsoever. But when we think about DMX's 2 number 1 albums that year, when we think about Lil Wayne's massive run, when we think about motherfucking Drake's 10 plus years or whatever, we don't match them with nobody else for their success except Kendrick. And you can't tell me that you don't. Like, come on now. Like, after the year we just had,
of course.
So that's
Kendrick
why I find
Drake,
it. That's why I find it more organic.
I'm
just saying, my opinion. That's why I just find it more organic, and it's just
But see, that's foolish to me.
It's not, and it's just because we done went through this whole battle, and I'm still trying to figure out what's the direct underlying problem that he has with Drake. So to me, it feels like there really isn't an underlying problem. You see Drake there's different ways to go about the crown though. You don't have to just go out and diss a nigga. He could have hopped on First Person Shooter and show his talent on there when they invited him. But no, instead you know how beef gonna play out. You know how it's gonna look to the masses. Yes, you won. All right. This, that, and the third. But I think when it comes to actually rapping, like if it was just actually rapping, that would have been a more competitive stance, in my opinion, than being envious or jealous or being a hater towards somebody just because you see them as number 1. That's just how I feel.
See, I think that's all foolish because when it comes down to it, it doesn't. Again, it doesn't. We are not arguing the intentions of Kendrick and what he did, and I don't care whether he sat back and plotted this for 5 years or whether he just did this now because of what happened, what transpired. I don't care what story you buy into. I'm looking at the results. So results are that everybody locked into Kendrick. And yes, a part of that is always going to be tied to the battle with Drake, but that doesn't take away from what Kendrick did at all. At all. That does.
Yeah,
that doesn't.
because he also could have got.
I'm not saying that.
He could have got smoked. He could have not overwhelmingly won. There's several different avenues. It doesn't. The bottom. I am judging Kendrick on the results that he did, in that this year he went head to head, and what I will believe, and maybe I'm biased because it's my era, the greatest rap battle we've ever seen.
And
And
I think
he won that battle, and then he followed that with a damn good album that has sold well, that is critically acclaimed. He did everything that a number one artist should do in a year. Whether you like whether you think he hates Drake or not, I don't give a fuck whether he hates Drake or not.
That's on you. But I'm saying why I think Kendrick is
Yeah, but I think that's
below
foolish.
Future. I don't see why that's foolish. So you saying how somebody's character outside of the music cannot play a factor on how you feel about their music? I'm not allowed to have that.
I'm not saying you're not. I'm
Right.
just saying it's foolish. I think Kanye is a piece of shit, and he was number 5 on my list. Why?
God.
Because objectively, you look at the year that he had, the success that he had, and the fact that he broke from his label and did it all independently. That is absolutely commendable. That is applaudable. I don't care.
We can get to that,
about
but
anything else.
I think this is just from the outside looking in. This is just from everything I've seen during the rap beef. I just think it's not organic when you coming up off.
I don't care
what it
whether
looks
it's
like.
organic
I know
or
you
not,
keep
man.
saying I, and I know how you feel. I'm just saying how I feel. Why I think Future is over Kendrick. Like Future just kept it just straight Future. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just.
So I get what you're saying, but ultimately to me it comes down to whether it was organic or not. Whether it was, I don't care about the intentions. I care about the results, and the results were that he held the entire hip hop community and the greater pop community to a level of interest that we hadn't seen. So to me, the reason why Future had a great year but Kendrick had a better year, I can't subscribe to that whole notion of it came off the back of somebody else. Yes, somebody else was involved, but his performance was there. We saw it with the verses of the year. We saw it with how we all had GNX in our albums of the year, and I think that was the only album across this room that made it in everybody's top 10. So there was a universal acclaim from him that I think that Future and other artists lacked, and so to me that's why
Future had an album that was in all of ours, I believe, too.
Was the first "We Don't Trust You" in everybody's.
Well, I'm just saying one he dropped
Because that was my only. That was my only
everybody had.
But yes, everybody had a Future.
If anything, that if anything solidifies the
So
point
that
of like if there's 3 albums that were somewhere in everybody's, yeah.
Yeah, but no, like I'm not discrediting Kendrick for shit, like at all. Like he had a hell of a year. He number 2 on my shit, and he not even like a top 15 artist of mine.
Your guy.
You know what I'm saying?
He's
So
not
like
your guy like
I'm
that,
giving
yeah.
him that much, but when I just feel it's just it's not organic in comparison to the Future that the year that Future had, because all Future did this year was be Future. And
He dropped albums and he shut the fuck up and he didn't
that's
say anything
it.
about it.
And-
Yeah, I feel
and
what you
we
mean.
all-
I see what you mean.
we
but-
He
all-
did do a press cleanup
Yeah,
right
no.
before that lawsuit, which conspiracy theory.
No,
should
but
make
if
some
you-
Remember that.
There's some validity to that.
Remember that.
A week
But,
later, a lawsuit came out.
Yeah, no, I would never discredit the year Kendrick had like that.
I know you're not discrediting him at too. I don't know. I have a real problem with the organic, and maybe it's because of the tweets you see where it's like, oh, like shout out Drake for giving Kendrick his biggest year, like blah blah. Like, I don't care what side of the battle you're on. That just to me isn't a valid conversation. Whether Drake won or Kendrick won, it didn't matter. It didn't matter how the spotlight was on you. To me, what it mattered is what you did with it, right? Like to me, for like this was based off of NBA. To me, I don't care if you scored 30 points on a team that didn't make the playoffs. It's more commendable if you did it on 30 points on a championship team as the number one guy, but you still scored 30. You still scored 30 points. You still did a job that nobody else could do or very few people could do. And so I feel like it doesn't, the context, I just feel like that's a wrong context
like
to look at it.
Like, I feel like, well, the context to you is not as important. Like, it don't matter what the beef was about, how it started, or what happened. The results is what matter most to you.
Yeah,
is that right?
absolutely.
Okay. So I me is more like of a context thing. So like that's just the different ends of the sword that we land on. That's all.
I'm
But
fair with that.
With the Kanye shit, listen.
Yeah, come on. Listen,
He
I
just
really,
said
I
this
will
shit.
die.
He said-
I will die on that hill.
He said this shit like it's a walk in the park. Kanye just made the blueprint. You just follow the blueprint, and then you can leave a label, and then you might be able to get. No, not everybody is Kanye. Yes, I'm glad we just said it. Not everybody is Kanye West. So yes, he is able to do shit like that. That's why it's not as impressive to me that he is doing shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I still expect Kanye, even without a label, the following you done built off, people just knowing you just make Yeezys alone. Like, people are going to fuck with you and going to remember you. And, you know what I'm saying? You gave people too much shit to remember and keep themselves attached to you for you to tank, any kind of way, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Even without a machine behind you, like, but...
I just feel like Carnival going number one, which I don't even like that song. If I'm being fully
Playboy
honest.
Cardi was on there too. That's for a feature.
Carnival, good for remembering that because I forgot about that. Carnival going number one to me, like number ones are very industry manufactured. It's very rare that a record goes authentically number one without some sort of back end help. The fact that Kanye is independent and is that big and independent, again, conspiracy hat, tinfoil hat, whatever you want to say. I know the industry doesn't want to see Kanye succeed as an independent artist because what does that do? That empowers artists. That's the message I'm preaching with Kanye being in my top 5 is the empowerment that it brings. And I get that not everybody's Kanye, so I get that he has a luxury that other people don't. But what I'm saying is when you are independent, you do have that deck stacked against you a little bit. And so I think for Kanye to have the year they had, despite him releasing 2 trash albums, in my opinion, trash albums, I think the success that he had as an independent artist, I think was very, very inspiring. And I think that it was a good thing for the music industry as a whole, and I think it should absolutely be rewarded for what he did, being completely independent without support, because Kanye is Kanye, so he has his fan base, but he received no industry support. I saw no advertisements for Vultures 1 or 2. I saw no type of push from the media. I saw hip hop podcasts that are popular that refused to cover that. They stayed away from it. In a very weird way. Like Kanye dropped the same week Denzel dropped. I'm just making up a name. Sorry, Denzel, I love you. But they're like, let's talk about this Denzel album. And it's like, okay, we're not going to talk about the elephant in the room. That was Kanye that just dropped an album. Whether you love it or hate it, you should be saying something about it. Why are you Apple Music Radio? Why are you not saying a single word about that album?
And I don't think that
there's games being played, and the fact that he had the success he had, man, I give Kanye I give Kanye a lot of credit.
But I also think a lot of the success that he had this year was off of the fact that it's still just Kanye. It's his numbers.
sure.
His numbers are always up. It doesn't matter what it is. People listen to Kanye West. Like, I have not met a single fucking person besides you, Adi, who has ever even mentioned the album Vultures to me one time ever.
And that's fair. I can actually say the same thing.
And that's just it. So it's like, you could say, okay, but then next year, if he doesn't drop and his numbers are still there because people love Kanye West, did he have a great year next year too? Like, you know what I mean? Like okay, like in the scope of Kanye, you have to at least admit, in the scope of Kanye, Vultures is a pretty low hanging. It's at the bottom of Kanye's discography.
I feel like he doesn't want to agree. He's just nodding his head.
No. I agree with that shit. I do.
I mean, now he
Good.
does. No, well,
Good.
he does
Thank
have
God.
such an amazing discography that it's.
Like, it
Thank
doesn't
God.
matter if it's the lowest. I still think it's a good album to me. I honestly would put it over Kid See Ghost though.
No,
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's fine. One has Kid Cudi on it. I'm not mad at that.
No, you're losing because that was the last good thing Kid Cudi ever did,
Yeah, well,
I'm just-
or the only.
Well, no, Kid Cudi. Here's the thing about Kid Cudi. He is very good when he has other people that are great helping him. That's it.
But Kid See Ghost was it was a good.
Eric
album.
Snow looks great next to LeBron.
Yeah, all I'm saying is like I'm not necessarily going to give Kanye because you can make that argument for every year for every big artist. Is that like just because the numbers were there doesn't necessarily mean that it was,
Fair.
and they weren't going off of. It's not like okay, I will say there's a industry thing against Kanye, and I'm not saying necessarily that's 100% because Kanye also brought that on himself. That's his own fucking fault. Which we can't.
I'm not
forget.
denying that.
We can't forget that is that
I'm not
every
denying that.
fucking problem that Kanye has in the industry is his fault.
oh, yeah.
Like he
I'm
could
not
say
denying that.
he could say most hated and da da da. No, you're not. You're the most loved. You're just easy. You make it easy to hate because whatever. So like, it's hard for me to put Kanye at like having a great year when it's like, I don't think that was based. It's not based off Vultures. It's not based off what he did this year.
Fair.
It's based off Kanye being Kanye.
Fair. I think that's good. Outro 2025. Let's close the last podcast of the year with this conversation.
Don't be dumb. Coming 2025. Hey, look, it said Rocky about to fucking tear shit.
Rocky and Cardi, bro. 2025.
Rocky and Cardi.
No, honestly. So who's on your radar? They could be it could be underground, it could be narrative wise, it could be however you want. Who are the artists that are on your radar? Who's the person that you're looking at to do something and why?
I got motherfucking obviously Playboy Cardi. I'm hoping he dropped the album this year. I hope he put 2024 on the album next year.
You see motherfuckers wanted to change it to, he was like, 2025 music on the fucking.
Shit's silly. I got him and I want to say Boss Man D-Lo because I feel like he can still tear next year up, but I feel like next year might be his last year.
You think so?
For
You think it's a came and went situation?
I can kind of see it as like
Well, the money ain't in music. The money ain't in music. So you use music to get to another bag. That's
a fact.
That's been
a fact.
proven.
Unfortunately,
And that's why
the
we're
fact,
not
but that's
getting-
the money. Yeah, the money.
And we're
is
not
there.
getting the art. That's why we're not getting the art that we should. And that's a whole nother side conversation. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, those were really the only ones I was
just
thinking
wanted to
about
say
for
it.
real.
Okay.
Hopefully Layla blow up. I like Layla a lot too.
Yeah, I do
Try
too.
Layla.
No, I hope Layla. I hope Layla ends up.
Then
getting
go
her
ahead,
flowers. I would say. I mean, I think this is going to be an agreement between me and you. Is that I think this year Doechii is going to make big waves. Doechii's making big waves going forward. And like the crazy thing with Doechii too is like she's not even a new artist, but because I've been out like you've known about her for a long time, I've known about her for a long time too, and it's like I'm glad
She's
to see
just
her
reaching
finally.
it.
I'm glad to see her finally getting her flowers. She clearly has more coming. You know, I mean, I'm excited to see whatever the next. I mean, we know SZA's got an album in the tuck and Kendrick also. I mean, we can't. It's not confirmed with Kendrick, but I would assume so.
I really feel like Kendrick is either dropping his own album or at the very least a collab with SZA. I think he is. I don't think that he's going away.
And
I don't think
this
whole like.
Yeah, he's not going away.
Yeah,
No, that's
I very much think that Damn Mr. Morale time was very much forward thinking.
Yeah,
I think there was a lot of plotting and strategy. We know he's got the Broadway film coming next summer. We know he's got the tour coming next summer.
or the play rather. It's not even a film. Yeah, it's like it's an actual.
Oh yeah, it's Did I say Broadway film? Yeah, I meant play.
we hit in the matinee, baby.
Oh yeah, yeah. We know some connects in Times Square. So shout out. We might have
Something
to.
light. Yeah, no.
There's something there.
No, and as far as SZA, I am excited because I mean she already kind of made it very clear that like the Lana Deluxe, which shout out to that, we didn't really get a chance to like review that, and it's Lana is the deluxe for SOS is very good, but she's made it clear that she has another.
Is it good or is she just? I've wrestled with this. Sorry to interrupt you. I've wrestled with this. Is it good or is she just good? You know what I mean? Where it's like she can't release bad music, so it's like it's not like that.
But then what more could you want? Like just because somebody's good at what they do doesn't mean they always have to. Sometimes good is just good. Mm-hmm. Sometimes what's good, like okay, the fucking the
sports analogy.
Yeah, no, not sports analogy. Or say my car is a good car.
It's a great car. It's a BMW, ladies.
Well, yeah, but like the BMW 328i fucking F28, like the F28 engine is a fantastic. Has BMW released better shit since then? Yes, but it doesn't deny.
It doesn't deny the fact he's got a BMW, ladies.
Yeah, I know. Property value through the roof. Anyone wants to marry me. No, but I also think that when it comes to SZA is that I think her official departure from Punch.
Oh yeah,
is going to be beneficial to her in the long run. Although like I love TDE and I love what they did what they do, but I could see SZA being at her wit's end with it of Punch and make it kind of calling the shots and everything and deciding when things are going to be dropped.
I think he takes a lot of the bullets he shouldn't.
That I mean. Perhaps, but also this has been an ongoing thing with all of the TDE artists. So what are the shots to be not shot at him? Like basically every TDE artist has alluded to the fact that Punch plays he's playing chess behind the scenes all the time, and sometimes it's not always the right decision, and sometimes it waits way too fucking long. You know what I mean? So. I think that's going to be a positive thing in the long run is seeing where SZA goes from that.
Anyone else?
I think for the whole Radar thing, I'm going to say, I mean, call me crazy, but I think Drake is going to make a comeback.
Well,
because he's had a terrible year.
Yeah, so I think 2025 he's coming back full swinging.
Yeah, I think this is going to be his year. But
could hold off a year.
What?
Also, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that would be very uncharacteristic of Drake. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I would find that shocking. I mean, because the obvious answers are Cole and Drake, right? Like, we want to see how Kendrick having the year that he had, again, regardless of one or two, whatever, we all established that he had a great year and a dominant year and that he created separation between himself and his contemporaries. Mm-hmm. So, to me, I'm very interested in Cole because he had a great close to the year, and I'm gonna do a separate video on that because I listened to a podcast series. So I watched what he did. I think he handled that part well. Drake, obviously, I want to see how greatness responds. Like I said this way back in like June when the battle was over. I said Drake's greatest album was Nothing Was the Same. And Nothing Was the Same came off a Good Kid, Mad City. That came when your throne was threatened for the first time in a very real way. Obviously, now, his throne is not threatened. It's taken. So, for him, if Drake isn't washed, he is going to deliver an excellent year. I truly believe that.
I expect a top 5 album.
Cole, I want to see how he is able to thread that needle because he did very well with the Inevitable series, which was season 1. So there's going to be a season 2. I can't wait to hear him talk about For Your Eyes Only. I can't wait to hear him talk about KOD because it ended on 2014 Forest Hills Drive. And it was very dope to like hear the conversations of like surrounding
what that time was.
What that time was, how he did it. It was awesome. It was
and that's
awesome.
What's so funny about Cole is like nobody really thinks is like his entire career he's been, although he is very like representative of North Carolina and where he's from, but his entire career was all in New York. He's been in New York for fucking years.
So it's like that interview. I want you to send me that, by the way, because I do want to do that extra episode.
Yeah, you got the login.
Is he basically doing like
so what
a vocalization form of what Drake did with 100 gigs content?
So no, I would say
it's more so like a I don't know why I don't know why she's the first name that came to mind, but like it's genuinely like it's a relaxed Barbara Walters sit down type of thing where it's like there's this person that like barely talks, and he's also been like filming Cole's documentaries and all that, and so like he's like involved with Cole, and he's just like he asks a few questions here and there, but it's him, Cole, and Ebe, his right hand man, and so they're just literally talking about the journey. So it starts with the warm up. So it starts with Cole, how he built his momentum, and then the next episode is Friday Night Lights and how Hove embarrassed him. So
it kind of is like almost in a sense like the same. So like he basically giving like he's talking about a lot of behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
for sure.
100 gigs, it was like recording a lot of behind the scenes stuff. You know what I'm saying?
It is. Yeah, absolutely.
The way
because when you said it ended on 2014 Forest Hill Drive, that's what made me think.
Yeah, so it ended on 2014 Forest Hill Drive, but it said that's season 1. It's him going through every moment of his career through his perspective, through his lens, with Ebe guiding him, and it's dope too because like they play unreleased joints that didn't make the album. So like they actually played like 2 joints that were on the Kendrick and Cole collab album that like because they were actually recording, and obviously they never did it. But and one of those records was tough. I don't remember what it was called, but that shit was shit was tough.
The way I've tried to explain it to people is like, it's like Drake and 40 doing a podcast together, and
it's the same shit.
It's the same because Ebe is to Cole as 40
Except
is to
he's
Drake
not a
as,
producer. He's just there.
Yeah, I mean, well,
which Ebe makes it very clear, and that was dope too. He got into like how he met Ebe, which was like dope. They used to just play basketball against each other, and then they were the same height, so they just guard each other, and then they just became friends. But
that's a tall room.
But Ebe's not it's not that tall. It's like shorter than me. Ebe is not a producer. He doesn't have like the 40. He doesn't have like the 40 like mind state. He just literally says, and he says this multiple times throughout the podcast. He just listens to the music and he gives his opinion on whether it's good or it's not, or it's authentic or it's not.
So he doesn't. In that case, it's like
he's a man. He's
kind of like
like
his advisor.
Yeah, and his test subject to be like, okay, by somebody who doesn't
someone that's
make
authentic
music or understand it or like understand how it works is like, this is how I take it as the consumer, rather than
When you get a chance though, one day you gotta watch that Better Than Good Enough. I think.
What do you mean? We gotta watch it, bro, because I don't
even know where to find it. I have seen it.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, it either came on MTV or VH1 or some shit back then. I've seen it before for sure.
Yeah, no, I want to see it, and I want to see all these docs. I want to see because I know for a fact somebody that hasn't been public like Kendrick, like I know that they've been filming behind the scenes. I want to see them, Cole, Drake. I love that they did that because I watched the Kanye doc of Yeezus, and that shit was so sweet. When he was in a restaurant ordering burgers and fries, and he sat next to this group of people, and he was like, "Yo, I got an album coming, College Dropout. Check this out." And they're like, "Oh yeah, word, whatever." And
Little did they know, yeah.
Little did they know they were fucking talking to a superstar.
So
I love that shit.
So now, in the one person I want to say, you could put every cent in every parlay in your bank account. You will never guess who I'm gonna say that I'm interested to see how this next year goes. You want to try? You're not gonna guess it.
Do I get one guess
Net
or do I
span.
get two?
No, come on. Come on.
Laser dim.
Hold on, is it
No.
okay?
No.
It's somebody you haven't heard about in a long time, and there's a reason for it.
Can you give me?
Oh, dude, I know him. I know who his favorite artist is, and he won't say it. So I'm like, it's Macklemore, bro.
First of all, you
No,
will
no.
never pin me to that.
Give me
I didn't know. I
give me
just tried to set
one
him up.
hint. One hint.
One
hint. I'll give you one hint.
2013 era. That's when he was big. You haven't heard of him since.
Fetty Wap.
Dog.
No.
Wiz Khalifa.
2013 era. That was
Khalifa.
my freshman year of high school. That was my freshman year of high school, sophomore year.
Dude,
And
I'm
he
telling
just
you,
came out that
it's
year. Or he was
fucking
just hot that year?
Macklemore.
He pretty much just came out that year.
The
He was
ceiling
kinda-
can't
he was
hold
kind of
us.
a 1 to maybe like 3 hit wonder. He had some features, and then nobody's really heard of him since. I've always been curious about him, but
Thrift shop.
he just had the hottest fucking on the radar freestyle the whole year. I swear to God.
Akon.
What?
No, I'm just playing.
All right, don't drag it out. Give us
The
all one more
anticipation's
guess.
killing you.
I stand on
I really just
Macklemore.
want to guess, but
No, look,
I stand on Macklemore.
Russ.
Ryan Lewis.
Nah, never mind. Russ ain't on the radar. I know that.
Trinidad James,
Oh yeah, we're done.
Yeah, we're done. Pick it
bro.
up.
Let's wrap
He
up
said
the
he
podcast.
had like 2 or 3 big songs, some shit. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did. No, he had,
one.
No, he
he had,
didn't.
no, he had a couple. I said he had one big one. He had a couple features. That's what,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
he,
yeah,
he had
okay.
a couple. And no, what I'm saying, no, look, I've never thought
Sell
about.
me on the
I haven't,
Trinidad
I
James
haven't
comeback.
fucking, I haven't fucking thought about this guy in years. I have not even. He left my whole lexicon of my head, and his on the radar freestyle was so fucking good. It was like mad impressed. Like it blew me. I was actually so impressed. It was fun. It was different. It was interesting. It really fucking completely shook it. And I'm like, maybe this year he has something coming that could change shit. Maybe he finally has a good project for the first time of his life, because all we know is All Gold Everything. That's the only song that anyone knows.
At the beginning of this
You're
rant,
good,
did you
You're
state
good.
that you would put your money on this
Of
for
you guys,
Trinidad James?
no, of you guys not guessing it.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say because
Because you wouldn't have guessed it. I tell everyone in this.
that's a
would
risky
you-
bet.
No, I'm not putting my money on him.
bank account on Trinidad.
I thought that's what he
James.
said. I was-
I'm just saying is that when I saw this his on the radar shit, I was genuinely impressed by it. I was like, yo,
I
this
didn't
is
see it.
actually fucking hard. It just came just came out. I mean, it blew me away considering what I expected of him. I'm not saying it's the greatest thing in the world, but it was impressive for what I expected from this guy who I
Right.
hadn't heard of in 10 fucking years or whatever.
That's fair.
You know, no, it's fire. So my point being is that I'm hoping
We're having an album listening party for Trinidad James.
I'm hoping to
I'm
see,
with it.
I'm hoping to see that he actually makes something of himself this year and does something with it.
2025, can we bring back album listening parties?
we might
down.
have to do that. You know what I'm saying, for some extra
I'm
content.
I'm so down because GNX would have happened if it didn't release at fucking like 1 o'clock like a fucking weirdo.
Yeah, we're
a fucking
all
dork.
at work. Like, yeah.
Yeah, dude, this guy Kendrick woke up and fucking released at like 9 a.m. Pacific time, like a fucking dork.
well,
I wanted to drop at midnight so we can gather up, we can sit down, we can listen to a record, we can vibe to it. Instead, I had to listen to that bitch at work.
for somebody who I think is more probable in having a big year next year, I'm gonna take ASAP Rocky as well. especially with the
Is it a big?
anticipated
Is it
album.
a big
once
year,
it
or
drops,
is it just
then
like,
I'll be- I'll
he's
be
here?
in-
No, I think it is because he been out the picture for a minute. He became
Right? No. I know. Obviously, ASAP Rocky's been gone a while. But my point with ASAP Rocky releasing is it gonna be big, or is it just going to be like it's big because ASAP Rocky has been silent for so long? Like, is he actually going to make noise outside of
I think
the ASAP Rocky community? Honestly, personally, I don't think so. I think ASAP Rocky is going to be a dope release that I'm going to look forward to as a longtime ASAP Rocky fan. But it's going.
I got one question.
And the problem,
I'm more excited off
I
of
got
what was
one
announced
question.
today. Alchemist and Yasin Bey. That is fire.
I got one question.
I'm way more excited for that than I am for Rocky.
How many albums has ASAP Rocky released since he's been with Rihanna?
How many albums would you release if you're dating Rihanna?
But guess what you have now?
Rihanna.
Just like exactly.
Like, come
Just
on.
like Hove had Beyonce. ASAP Rocky has Rihanna, and that's
you're
just
saying
some
A$AP
extra
Rocky-
help.
So you're
That's
saying
just some
ASAP
extra
Rocky
help.
is Hove?
I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is Rihanna hasn't dropped a album in a while as well. This is a big chance to get.
No, she gonna have for sure have features. Like, I'm for sure give my baby mama like,
man.
yo,
Listen,
like
Your
put the
baby-
kid,
your
put the
baby
kid
mama?
down, put the kid down, bro.
Listen.
Come say, I laid this vocal, man. Put the kid in the corner, sit him down, put the binky on, and then just do something. Help me.
the Rihanna fan base is going crazy right now. We haven't heard anything from her since I don't know.
She also,
when.
well,
Is she
kinda
gonna have
said-
a record with ASAP?
She kind of said recently she was called, you know, them people on the street things where they'd be like, oh Rihanna, how much your fit cost, like, and they go through like her like, oh, I got Bottega jeans and da da da, all that like type of shit. She got caught on one of those, and she kind of alluded to like, I ain't even doing no more music. It's fashion.
No, why
shit.
would she? That's chump change compared to where she makes her money.
Because sometimes people are passionate about things, considering we all do this podcast for no money.
This is off topic.
Yes, but when we get money, what are we gonna do?
This off topic.
You guys, please stay.
Come on.
This is
Guys,
off topic, but you can always
Please
hear.
stay.
You can always hear Chris tipsy voice, like he about to be damn near drunk. If he get two
Who,
more
me?
shots
Oh,
in him,
oh, yeah, I'm talking
nah,
about shit.
Chris, like you
Oh,
can
that
hear.
Chris?
It's like
Oh, okay.
it's like you kind of just
What
like
I
lax,
say-
you
what I
like
say that
lax
was
your
drunk.
words. Like you just like lax your words. Like it's like you kind of don't open
I
your
slur?
mouth all the way or something.
Do I
Like when
slur?
you talk.
He'll say
It's something.
when he first starts
Oh
talking.
no!
the first
When I'm
letter
fucked
don't
up,
come out
I do
all the
slur.
way,
There
yeah.
are podcasts. We're 44 episodes deep. There are podcasts where I'm like, so here's the thing about Kendrick and Drake. there are
No, what y'all get.
What you
Swear,
Kendrick
you
said.
You just know when he there. I swear every time. You just
No.
know. He getting there. But
Getting there.
yeah, no. But I
I
think
think we got
whether,
a lot of good things to look forward to this year. is
yeah,
the
no
point.
facts. But no, I think what I was about to say is I think whether he is having a big year off the strength of he ain't dropped the album in a minute or the album he does drop is actually
It's
good.
gonna be a big year regardless.
I think
It's gonna be a big
I
deal.
think
when
either
it
or. I
releases.
think either or is successful. Cause I feel like ASAP has let down a good percentage of his fan base when it comes to the last.
But what do we
maybe like
do?
two
I
projects.
can't believe
I
it
love
didn't
that.
end up
I love
coming out
that
at all.
question. I love that question because to me, what is successful look like for ASAP Rocky? Because he obviously is one of the best artists of our era of music. So he has that weight to us. So we are no doubt going to tap in at 12:01 to his album when it drops. So I look at ASAP Rocky as like a confusing thing because what defines success to him? Because I don't think he is going to drop a project that reaches beyond his fandom. Like I don't think
I don't think that's necessarily true.
Is that a problem?
I don't think. No,
With the fan
no,
base
no,
that
no,
he has?
no.
That's
It's
what I'm
not.
saying,
But
like, if he does,
it's
if he
not.
does-
But it's why. It's
if
why.
that's-
It's
if that's
why
the
it's not.
only-
He's one of the artists I'm looking
I
forward
know what I'm
to.
saying, but if that's literally like the only crowd he reaches, but his crowd is all pleased with that work, and let's say he do like 110.
No,
first
it's
sales, or
successful.
Let's say he do 80K first. Sales. Is that successful?
No, that's absolutely that's successful. But like,
And I'd assume
but,
he
like,
probably even does more than that, honestly.
Well,
Like,
our conversation was ours to look for in 2025, and that's why, like, to me, Rocky is interesting because I feel like I know what I'm gonna get.
Do you?
Yes, I
No,
know.
I feel like
I'm going to get a solid album that will have good moments. That I think A$AP Rocky's album will be in my top 10 to 15 albums of that year.
well, okay, but here's something. Think of this: is that because we talked about Cardi earlier? That's what Rocky has in his corner. Is the
Cardi.
the Playboy Cardi fandom. The Playboy Cardi fans
That's a
are
good
automatically going to gravitate towards
He got-
A$AP because of their affiliation with each
He
other.
got Cardi. He got Rihanna. He got motherfucking Lana Del Rey.
Yeah.
He got motherfucking
Is Lana Del Rey still a
Tyler
thing?
the Creator.
Oh,
Is Lana Del Rey still a
absolutely.
thing?
Oh, look,
I don't
it's
know.
out of
That's
our
wrong,
lexicon,
that's
but man, Lana Del Rey is still
Well,
a big deal.
Is Tyler still a thing too?
Tyler the Creator?
Yeah.
Well, he's clearly he had the best year this year. I mean,
Yeah, well, he had a great year
And-
stepping
and-
on motherfuckers.
Big news. Tyler the Creator is not gay no more.
Yeah.
He's not gay.
Why you look so happy?
It's like, nah.
Why you look at me to confirm that? Like, yeah, I know. Like, why'd you look at me to confirm that? Like,
Platte
no.
tapped in with the community, so
Yeah.
Right.
Like, yeah, no. I talked to him and he's straight. Like,
No, I'm talking shit. But no,
Yeah,
that was
no,
just
he's
silly.
not
That was
gay,
just
though.
silly though, because I remember I've been saying, I'm like, listen, bro, he doing this shit for a
he's
check.
not gay.
I don't even-
I'm like, he doing this shit for a check. He not really gay.
What was the line that he said that he was? I don't even know
He
what.
said boyfriend's mad because they think I'm a maggot. Basically, that's what the word was.
Yeah,
gonna be.
well, that's also fully gay. I think his point is that he's
he talking about, I think that's fully gay.
his point is that he's bisexual and not fully gay. They
See,
don't
the way art is like you gotta like interpret it. A certain,
No.
yeah, no, you
Listen.
got it.
Nah, but listen though. I think he was really saying.
I think
I think he was saying he was trolling for sure. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
No,
like,
I think it's the fact that
either way, I don't care if he is or not. I just think he was doing it for a check. Either way,
I don't think so.
I
I
think
think so.
listen,
Bro, we haven't seen him popped out with nigga. Listen, at least with
So you want to see him fucking dudes?
No, I want to see
Yeah,
him be
okay.
who
I
he.
see how
I
you
want to
swinging,
see.
right?
I want to see
I see how
him
you
be
swinging,
who
bro.
he say he is.
I wanna see you live your raps.
If he's gay, if he's actually gay, you gonna have to prove that. Otherwise, you kind of pandering.
live your raps.
You kind of pandering, and you kind of using a whole crowd of people.
You ever seen one of Frank Ocean's boyfriends?
No,
time?
but who,
yeah, exactly. What
listen,
proves that?
Listen,
What
listen,
proves that?
Who
Everyone
more
was cool
mysterious?
with that?
Listen, who more mysterious though? Listen, we barely see Frank Ocean even perform his own damn music.
Oh, so that's
you know
okay.
what I'm saying?
Okay, so
Like
that makes
we
it okay.
barely listen. We can't even get a conversation out of this man. You know what I'm saying?
The day
We
you
just
see
seen
one of
Tyler
Frank
the Creator-
Ocean's boyfriends
we just
and he
seen
comes out
Tyler
and
the
says, "This
Creator.
my
We just seen
boyfriend,"
Tyler the Creator do an interview, horn in. So obviously he's not afraid to come out and say whatever the fuck he got to say. But what all I'm saying is.
I'm
If
just
you-
saying our future.
Yeah, funk flex butt sex. Yeah, exactly. It's
You
the
know what I'm
same
saying?
shit, yeah.
Like, you know, some people just say
that
shit.
moment
You know what I'm saying? It's never confirmed. You got to confirm it sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You
Frank
can't-
never confirmed it, and
Who?
motherfuckers still
Listen,
motherfuckers
Frank-
still live behind
Frank
that.
is-
This is about Frank, though.
Frank is a
hasn't
unicorn.
But Frank hasn't been as public as
Frank
Tyler.
is a unicorn.
No,
Tyler
Frank hasn't
Creator
been
just did
as
an
public
interview
as
like
Tyler.
3 months ago.
Talk about he dubbed some way. He
You
does
know
some
what I'm
dude.
saying? Like, bro, it's just two different.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
He
But
did,
listen,
he did the Jared Carmichael show. I had to fucking
listen,
say his ass.
even Lil Nas X slid down
Oh.
the pole to hell and started twerking on the nigga. at least.
Oh, so you like seeing that shit? That's crazy.
I don't like.
Yeah.
Listen, I like people living their truth, and if they want to put it on public, on public display, I don't have a problem with that.
Put that on record.
I don't have a problem with that.
Birdie likes seeing dudes twerk.
Hey, listen, shout out Lil Nas X. Listen,
Hey, he's
gay niggas cool to me. Hey, listen, shout out Detroit Dar. You know what I'm saying? He gay. Be doing food reviews, all type of shit. I ain't got no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with it.
I don't with it either. I'm just talking.
Y'all know which way I'm swinging. I don't give a damn. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Hey, listen, shout out to the LGBTQ. Listen, we had an LGBTQ. Listen, we had an LGBTQ affiliate on here a couple weeks ago, or last week. Didn't we? My nigga Isaiah. Didn't he? That's not what he said? But he said he was an affiliate. For real. Listen, I ain't got no problem with that. I fucks with Isaiah. That's my nigga, dog. I fucks with Isaiah. This Isaiah, if you see this, I fucks with you along. What did he say? He said his brother gay? He said, brother, so he lived with a gay nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fully support that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, for real.
No, it was just on the road. Look, hey, shout out to the LGBTQ. I know I'm friends with a lot of gay people. It's cool.
Shout out to him.
But goddamn, the way that rolled off was so funny.
Shout out to him. Like I said, I'm all for niggas living their truth on public display.
Live your truth, exactly.
Live your truth.
You're just waiting for Tyler to do it.
Listen though. This is why I said live your truth on public display. You know what I'm saying? But listen, I don't mind, Tyler Creator just acting like he gay. As long as after a while he admit to us he in it for the bag. Just admit that. If he say that, you know what I'm saying? You living your truth on public display. That's what I'm a supporter of that, man. I'm a supporter of that.
He's not. This could be a whole cancelable podcast on
No.
Anybody
I just shouted out the LG. They gotta fucks with us.
No, 100%. I don't think that Tyler's faking it. I think y'all just want too much from him. Maybe he wants to keep that shit behind his. Like, it don't
That's
matter.
right. Listen,
he's already out in the forefront.
To be fair, we haven't seen none of his relationships on public display, so that's fair.
Woman or man, it don't matter. It's all been behind the scenes.
Women or man.
Let that man. And that was my whole point when I brought up Frank, because like you also haven't seen that, but everyone just rolled with that at one point. So it's like,
yeah, because we believed it.
Listen to the audience.
I can believe it with Tyler.
To the audience out there, listen, we support Frank Ocean, we support Tyler. Like I said, we had an affiliate on here of the LGBT, right? That's what he said. I'm
an affiliate as well.
Listen,
I'm in the corner of anyone who wants to live their truth.
It's dudes on here that be thinking about dicks. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Such as a certain redheaded man who's on shit.
That shit was so funny.
Hey, shout out Lil Nas X though. But anyways, these are my artists of 2025. Let me.
Who? You saying
You
like
never got your list out? Damn.
No, I couldn't get it out.
We didn't even.
This man spoke 40 minutes too late.
I'm about to say I don't even remember us even having to make a list for that. I thought that was
Well, no, it's not like it's just like
No, we all the artists of the year, and this man prepared. He took extensive
This man
notes.
said I'm done googling.
No,
Give me a second.
That's not even it. It's just that we've been talking so much that like we literally forgot about it. And
No, you went.
I didn't go, bro. I didn't even tell you my 2025 watch list.
Oh yeah, 2025 watch
Yeah.
list. Yeah. No, yeah. You did your MVPs. Yeah. Okay.
Of course, that was like fucking an hour ago.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I also had D-Lo as well on there. Bossman D-Lo. That D-Lo Curry album was fucking amazing.
In your 2025 watch list.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure. He's gonna have features. He's gonna have probably another album. Hopefully, I hope at least one or two, maybe one though. He's gonna have. But Big X the Plug is another one to look at. I see him just like him. Has features. He's gonna drop an album as well. Of course, Gunna. I hope he stays consistent into 2025. I see it. I see another album probably too as well from him. Another one. He brought up Drake. I think Drake's gonna step into a duo album again with 21 Savage in 2025. I could see that coming.
I don't.
And I don't know why.
I don't either.
I just do. Another one. No one really talks about him at all. Lil Yachty. He might step back in 2025 as well.
Lil Yachty, I can see Lil Yachty. I'm not.
Let me ask
The
one
thing
question.
is though, 2023 he had a phenomenal year. This year he kind
Lil
of
Yachty.
Yeah, Lil Yachty. he had hella singles. He was on top of 2023. This year he hasn't necessarily.
He's a weirdo.
Yeah, he's kind of burned some of the bridges that he built.
Shout
Shout out
last
that
year.
podcast. Yeah, that was dope.
Started a podcast.
That he
Like,
failed.
That's cool. Like,
Well,
yeah,
and
like,
that was
that's-
with his boy, and then they stopped it, but now it's just back, and it's just Lil
He had a
Yachty.
little baby, right? Like he was talking to Lil Baby. I saw that.
So okay,
No, I fuck with
let
Yachty, but
me ask you guys this
he's
one
got,
question.
He's got some cleanup to do.
This is gonna
Future is
sound away, but I want genuine predictions. So we obviously felt like Kendrick won 2024 of the big three. 2025, do we still feel like Kendrick is gonna hold the crown?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, probably because he's gonna have. Isn't he gonna have?
That the
albums?
tour is gonna.
We don't know.
And
We don't know.
I don't think so. Only because I see Kendrick dropping another album next year, and he just gave us. He gave the culture the most entertaining album he probably ever dropped. But I don't think he gonna necessarily go a route of pleasing the people when it comes to his next album. I think it's gonna be a little bit more personal.
Probably.
A little more artsy.
that
You
too.
gonna get back
Type
to
shit.
artsy?
You know what I'm
right?
saying?
Okay.
All the weird voices. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, but
Type shit. You might hear about 6-7 niggas that's just
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar. That's
so
it.
let's go.
I can't
around
talk
the-
right now.
You say Kendrick's not gonna have the crown.
I'm not
Chrisp
saying.
Apples?
Well, I don't mean to say it like that, but I just don't
No,
think.
I know,
you
I
know
know,
what
you're
I mean,
not, I
you
know
know
you're
what I mean.
shitting on him,
You know
but I'm
what I
saying,
mean, you know
but I'm
what I
saying right now
Right.
he has a crown.
Okay.
Do you feel like he's going to hold that next year, or do you feel like one of either J. Cole or Drake is going to find a way to snatch that from him?
Unless J. Cole and Drake release something that's gonna be as good as he did in 2024, he's still gonna have the crown. I think. I don't think he's.
I
Gonna
can almost
drop
guarantee Drake ain't dropping no album for sure. At least before. If he drop an album, it's gonna be at the end of the fourth quarter next year.
Right, because you're gonna get out of the Grammy.
Yeah.
You're gonna get out of the Grammy cycle.
Right, type shit. But I was saying that more so as a like. I'm pretty sure he is in the chill out phase right now.
I honestly think.
Which I think is
I
great for
honestly
Drake.
think wait for October. Wait for October because that's when he's gonna drop. I feel it could either be an album or it could be like.
That would make sense. The Grammy deadline is in September, so
And it's October, so that doubles up Drake's,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
As far as Kendrick this coming year, look, the way I see it, he's coming off GNX. GNX resonated pretty well overall.
do you think he's gonna sit quiet, or do you think?
No, I think we have another body of work coming to some capacity. Now, you brought up earlier, which we haven't talked about one time ever, is a potential SZA Drake or SZA Kendrick collab album.
Which would shit on the Drake and Party Next Door.
That would go crazy, 100%. But the thing is that whether that happens or not, I think there is another Kendrick drop coming relatively soon. But either way, when this tour kicks in, it's gonna be part of the media lexicon for the entire summer. There's gonna be videos being posted. It's going to remain at the forefront of everything of Kendrick's expertise and what he does.
Plus the Broadway play again, like that.
And
Like
that coming
I
too,
can't,
and
I
that's
can't,
just like an
I can't
extra-
underestimate
that's
that
icing
part.
on the cake.
I can't underestimate that part.
That's icing on the cake. But
Literally
literally, whatever he drops in the tour alone, think about with every all the big. When Drake was on his last fucking sold out tour, it was all over social media. Videos being taken from all different concerts that he did and everything. That's what's gonna happen with Kendrick too, is because and now he's doing the stadium tour. You know what I mean?
And then again,
that's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, that's why I think he's gonna keep the crown, is because he laid out perfectly, and that's why I said earlier this year is that he laid out perfectly, in that he dropped the album late this year, so that it missed the Grammy deadline. So like Grammys 2025 in February, a week before the Super Bowl, by the way, which he's performing at. He is going to clean up for the Not Like Us. Like, he's going to get Grammys for Not Like Us. So he's already going to get attention off of that Grammys. But his album GNX isn't certified for the 2025 Grammys. It's certified for the 2026 Grammys.
The cutoff was too late, yeah.
So he's already set himself up with the Grammys in 2025, the Super Bowl performance, the tour, Plus maybe
telling you, he's gonna stay on top.
maybe another body of work. Again, that's the biggest reach of it all. I think there's a body of work
He's
coming.
got 3 of the biggest things happening for him next year. He's
So,
gonna stay king. I mean,
I think
And I
yeah.
do understand. Like,
I think
could
he's
say-
gonna find a way to
You
stay.
could always make the argument is that like Drake opts out of the Grammys, but also like at the same time you can't knock somebody for fucking doing it. I wouldn't
Yeah.
knock Drake for doing it. I expected Drake to win multiple Grammys over all these years, and he never enters. Like, you know,
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be fucking mad if he did or didn't. It's just, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with entering. If you're at that stature,
Yeah.
enter your shit and fucking do it. Like, I see Drake trying to prove his point, like, you know, or trying to
did her loss
trying to.
win, or was it just not?
No, Drake. I don't.
Oh, I actually don't know on that.
her
Can somebody
her loss
fact check
may
that?
have actually been entered, but any solo Drake album for the past
That would have been-
many years
Because
has not been
it
entered.
That was
definitely
released in
nominated. I don't know if it won,
2023,
though.
right?
No,
Her loss
Michael
before
won.
2023 for sure.
Oh,
2022.
No,
Killer Mike,
Michael.
Killer
Her
Mike,
Might be
loss was
2022.
Killer
nominated,
Mike,
but a
Killer
loss.
Mike, right?
Killer Mike,
Yeah.
Michael, that one.
Yeah. Okay.
And then he got fucking. That was a whole fucking stunt that never went anywhere. Was
Oh yeah, he got arrested.
Remember,
Grammy
he
night.
got arrested and walked out and shit, and then nobody ever talked about it again past that day.
Yeah.
Nobody knows.
It was weird.
Like, I'd assume he got off because it probably wasn't even a real thing. But like, you know, which I have respect for Killer Mike in general, but that was a weird move.
It was weird. Yeah.
All right, man. Listen, 2024, epic year. I think it's one of the best years in hip hop history. I'm so glad to be a part of it. I'm so glad that we launched this podcast the year that we did because it aligned with such a great year in hip hop history. And I think that's a trend going forward.
Yeah, even if we did it a year prior, we wouldn't have got all the shit we got this year.
Yeah.
So, shout out to all of you that have tapped in through the Rap Cave podcast throughout this year. Shout out to all the subscribers. We went from a channel that had 0 subscribers to a channel that has grown drastically. So I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to thank everybody that ever liked the video, everybody that subscribed, everybody that commented. We appreciate you for this year. And 2025, there's a lot of changes coming to this studio, to this podcast. We are extremely grateful for each and every one of you. So I am truly from the bottom of my heart thankful because I've never been a part of something that felt so right. So I'm very glad that it has been received the way it has been received. So thank you for a wonderful first year. We have a next year that is going to be even better.
We on
I
the watch
cannot
list.
wait. I cannot wait for it. We are on the watch list. I want to thank everybody. I want to thank my original crew that started this podcast. I really do. We're going to see a whole lot of faces in 2025. We're going to expand. We're going to have a whole array of guests. But this right here is the original crew, the foundational crew. So I want to thank each and every one of them.
And
That's
shout
why.
out Chris Apples behind the camera.
Yes, that's why I got everybody the gifts because this is literally this is the crew, this is the team that we have built this thing with, and this is going to be the infrastructure going forward. So I appreciate each and every one of you. My man Birdie, thank you. Salute to you. I didn't even know you was going to be a part of the podcast long term. You just showed up one episode and then you never stopped showing up.
And that's
Nah, I showed up one episode. I ain't come to the next episode.
the next episode. But then after that, every episode after that, pretty
Yeah.
much.
But
yeah,
you
you've
just-
been here.
I was invited after that.
There's been very few that you've missed. You've been around this whole time.
So
I wasn't supposed to be on this to begin with either.
You weren't. You
I
were.
wasn't
You were
supposed
supposed
to
to
be
be
a part of
behind
this
the
at all.
scenes. So shout out to Chris Apples doing the production.
Look at us three just
Shout out to Money Murr for everything that he's done for the podcast. He's done a lot of he
Man, the
literally
clips.
was a lot of the
He's
clips
the
clip
and
the
also
clip
and
king.
also the foundation of it
Editing.
too. When we first started this, the foundation of it too. So he was very instrumental. Me and him were talking a lot. Shout out to Podi, the little brother that tagged along, but I believe in you.
Hey, 2025, I'm coming back. I'm coming strong. Don't worry. Don't
I-
worry.
Yeah, come with some notes, 2025.
Hey,
20
bro, I got
Yeah,
notes-
come with something to say, man.
I got notes
2025,
right here. I
20
got notes right here.
Oh, okay.
Dad, no, you don't.
Have they been working so far?
Hell yeah, they have. for
Not
me.
really.
Hey, 2024 music.
All right.
But
Listen,
we all just want to say
I
thank you
appreciate
from
y'all.
the bottom of our hearts.
Yes, thank you.
This channel grew. We couldn't have done it without y'all. And
And listen,
Whether it's 50 or 500,000, we love everybody who watches at the end of the day.
Every single one.
Think about it, bro. We were just chilling in your basement that one night, and we were like, you know what? We have these convos about rap all the time. Why don't we start this podcast? And we like, fuck it.
and we did it, and it's honestly, it's the greatest thing I've ever been a part of. So
And look at us now. Look how much it's changed just since the moment that it started.
And I'm
I appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all from the bottom of my heart. Truly, this means the world to me. Thank you. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and I can't wait to show y'all what we got in 2025. Birdie, Money Mer, Podi, Crisp Apples, Platte Pods. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Thank y'all for everything. See y'all in 2025. Peace out.
Happy New Year.